It's your boy Rez. We back in the building. Speak between the lines. We back.
It's your boy King Ave in the building.
You got J Rock with you?
Yeah, episode 5. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
Shit, cold as hell.
Yeah.
Freezing.
Nigga, this Texas weather is stupid, bro.
Bruh, it was like 70 degrees one day and then
Icing the next day.
I don't know what's going on.
Then you look outside, ain't no ice anywhere.
Now it's dry. Like I don't know.
Almost died coming over here.
For real?
Yeah.
I'll tell that story.
Yeah, please.
Man, that was an 18-wheeler in front of me. Just got on the 45 exit. Truck was driving almost jackknife.
Damn.
Like you saw the back end was straight, the front end slid in a little bit. And I guess he counted and corrected it. So I don't know. It's like that shit was scary as hell.
So where did you almost die at?
All niggas, hey, why you always gotta pay attention to details and shit?
You said, like, did he almost jackknife into you, or like whatever with that?
I had experience with 18-wheelers once.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a wreck, hit one 5 times.
Wow.
So I don't play around 18-wheelers. I say anything happen, I get nervous.
Nah, I feel you on that, cause shit, Highway 30 for where we stay at, man, we always have 18-wheeler accidents. That's a major interstate going into Louisiana, to and from Louisiana. So shit, it's always 18-wheeler accidents, bro. So yeah, nah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, that shit was scary. That could have been a real big L this week.
What's crazy is like I didn't even tell y'all about the bad accidents. So when I was calling y'all to make y'all way over here, there was a 18-wheeler that literally, it was on 45. The mud was knocking over 2 lanes. And it was like turned like the truck, the head of the truck was actually facing the opposite direction than the trailer. So I was like, I said, yeah, if y'all coming down 45, y'all might want to sidetrack. And then there was an accident on 75. I didn't want to tell you J Rock because I knew that was where you was coming from.
Damn, so you just trying to kill us?
No, I didn't want to.
So wait, you saw 2 bad accidents?
Yeah.
And hey, y'all still come on over.
Because he didn't want to keep us from not coming. That's what it was.
Yeah,
he didn't want to tell you about that accident on 75. Be like, oh shit, I'm good on coming. We might do this next week.
Nah, this is for the culture. I did not tell y'all for the culture.
That's kind of fucked up.
Oh shit! Yeah, damn, it was icing outside.
Shit.
He was like, but so mind you, when it was icing outside, he was like, hey man, we may need to schedule this because it's icing outside. This nigga was like, shit, if y'all coming, y'all need to leave now. Like, damn, my well-being, because we coming to this nigga crib, right?
Man, you got this LeBron James culture over here.
I mean, it's not like I wasn't out there with y'all. I was in downtown Dallas, so I had to go through the trek like y'all.
Nah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, y'all niggas gonna be here.
That's messed up, man.
But did you die though?
Nah, we still here.
Nah, we're here apparently.
We still here. Still here.
Yeah,
I got you.
And my catalytic converter is fine too. So.
Oh, this is right. Well, you know what? Since you brought up the catalytic converter, wins and losses?
Oh yeah. So
why not?
I'll go and kick it off with Steph Curry again.
Oh, you took a dub?
Oh, always, man. We try my best to. So this week, I called my internet provider because I'm like, well, I need to see if I can save some money. I'm paying after taxes $9 a month for just internet.
Damn. How fast is your internet?
100 megabytes.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, shit, that's why it's expensive.
Yeah, for real. I'm paying 60 for 2
megabytes.
Yeah. I think
you feel like it.
I think you're winning.
So anyway, I called them up. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to see what options. If y'all got any specials, cause I've been with them about 2 years now. So when I started up, they put me on internet and voice because it was a bundle package. And so the promotion's over with now.
Right.
So I'm like, well, can I take out voice? Is it going to save me money or is it going to cost it to go up?
Yeah.
Save me $20 a month with me taking off the voice. So now it was 90. Now it's just 75.
At 100 Mbp?
Yeah.
Oh, you winning, dog. You winning. I was about to say, they don't have no specials unless you about to cancel. That's when all the deals come out.
Right. So
100 megabyte download? Mm-hmm. What you doing with all that space?
Yeah, what are you doing?
That's a lot of download. Streaming what?
What are you streaming?
TV, movies, Redbox.
Oh, okay. Shit. I'm just trying to figure it out, nigga.
And gaming, that's about it. PS4. PS4.
This nigga know he's streaming something else.
So hey, what type of stuff do you stream?
Hey man, I stream all type of stuff. I'm not even gonna fake the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Move on.
Oh wow!
Man. I actually had a dub too, man. My dub actually came last night, surprisingly. So it's my wife's birthday and all that stuff.
Shout out to the missus.
Yeah, not this week, next weekend. We were trying to figure out what to do, and she's a real Patrick Swayze fan. It's like she likes Dirty Dancing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she's like Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
Right? But anyway, so Patrick Swayze was in Ghost too. So there's this scene in Ghost where
classic,
like him and Demi Moore like doing the clay molding thing.
Yeah,
kind of all hugged up on each other.
Yeah, that was a little erotic. There was some tension there. There's some build up.
Yeah. So what's crazy was like I knew that would be something tight to do, and there's only one place in Dallas that does it.
Okay.
And so I went to book it for next week, and it was sold out because next week is actually her birthday. Next weekend, so it was sold out.
So you got Valentine's and the birthday back to back.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. That's Valentine's Day 14th, birthday 18th.
Okay. Real quick. Is this like one of them things? So I got a cousin. His birthday is 2 days after Christmas, right? So the parents just kind of merged all together.
Nah, B, ain't no merging over here, dog. You do something for Valentine's Day, and then something for her birthday.
Okay, so not to sidetrack, but just out of curiosity, have you ever hit one and missed the other?
The first one. What?
The most important one.
Bro,
you fucked up on.
I kid you not. It was back when we was in college, and she was going to PV, so I went down there, whatever. And it's on a weekend. And
Shout out to PV.
Yeah, PV, real talk. So, and her birthday that particular year didn't fall on the weekend. So I think like Valentine's Day was like one weekday, and then her birthday was like that following Monday or something like that. Yeah. So I come down there. I had all the gifts. You know what I'm saying? I just threw everything out there. Happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day. She looked at me. She was like, "Oh, this is cool. So where's my birthday gift?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? That's all this.
You looking at it?
All this encompasses everything, the holiday." She was like, "Well, no. What are you talking about? I need a birthday gift and a Valentine's Day gift." I was just like, "What?"
But you got a birthday gift,
bro.
Every after that,
dog. You have to. If you ever date someone and their birthdays and the holiday fall next to each other, do them hoes separately.
Well,
bro.
see, that's the situation I'm in now, because Valentine's is this week, Wednesday. Mm-hmm. All right, so Valentine's is Wednesday, and then my wife's birthday is next Friday.
Yeah.
Y'all,
hey, shit, do them hoes separate, bro.
Like, and then my birthday is next month, so like my wallet takes humongous L's. My wallet takes humongous L's.
Man.
Only yours, huh?
Oh, and then you got Christmas, a month before that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A month and a half.
Hell yeah.
My wallet takes humongous L's.
Man, but it was cool though. I mean, like I said, we found this place and it was like some type of little romantic thing. So you got to make your own mold, and then your spouse or your partner, you got to blindfold them and
that's
kind of
fire.
create a little mold and stuff, and they do
that's
it.
fire.
Yeah, it was tight. That shit was tight as hell. I feel like I won on that shit.
Heck
For
yeah.
real.
Dang, I wish I would have known that. We should have talked about this on another episode.
Yeah.
I could have got in on that. I could have got in on that. I love you, baby.
But it was cool though. It was cool as hell.
Okay, well, I caught a dub. My dub was kind of, it was funny because like, you go to the barbershop, right? And you make barbershop talk. You chop it up with your boys and everything. And this dude came in there. He's a car salesman. This dude went into the dark side of car salesmanship and about how their pay structure is, and how basically they cap out at a certain dollar amount, like $1,500, no matter what they sell you. Mm-hmm. But if they sell you something and it's not a certain percentage point, they have to upsell you to get to the $1,500. So they start adding all of these different things, warranties, service things, just so they can get their commission, right?
Yeah.
Cool. It's a dirty game, but people play it anyway. So then the dude starts talking about
You all right?
Yeah, you all right?
Shit, I'm just trying to get caught. I can't get caught. Goddamn.
This is awkward motion.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to
bouncing up for no reason.
I got you. I understand. But no, so he starts talking about how much money he's making, right? And that's cool. Niggas stunt in the barbershop all the time, so it's fine. But then he started talking about, well, I finance everything. He said, I finance 100% of everything that I do. And so that's when everybody's faces kind of like started looking a little different. So I was like, what do you mean by that? And he was like, well, I bought this phone. It's $1,000, iPhone X, of course. Financed it. Cool. I mean, most people do that.
Yeah.
He was like, my car, financed that. He said, my furniture, financed that. He said, these $200 slippers, financed that. Right.
What?
I didn't know you could do that. Well, you know what? I'm tripping. He put it in the credit card. Yeah, he put it on the credit card. So then we started getting to this discussion about money. And so I asked him, I said, well, what's the advantage of financing? And he was like, well, it's gotta, I gotta finance stuff so I can have credit. I was like, yeah, but what do you need credit for? And he was like, well, I gotta buy a house. I was like, he said, you can't buy a house without credit. I was like, well, yeah, you can. And so we started talking about how people can start living without it, right?
Yeah.
And it was cool because I had different people in the barbershop that were co-signing that I don't know. So that was dope. But the reason it was a dub is because I really started to see his mind start working, and he was like, oh yeah, like, cause I was like, so you couldn't afford $200 for that pair of slippers? Why do you need $200 slippers? And he just stopped. Like, he went from stump mode to like, oh, yeah, that's a good question. These are slippers. Like, nigga, how often do you wear these slippers?
Hell yeah.
$200?
On slippers.
Yeah. So basically, he just ended up walking out the barbershop. He was just like, I'm going to see y'all later.
Did he get the cut?
No, he had a cut already.
What the fuck you still doing there? You got your haircut, dip out. Like, what you doing?
He was in stump mode. You get the fresh cut. Nigga, first of all, sidebar. The only thing a nigga needs to feel like $1 million is a full tank of gas and a haircut. If you have those two things, niggas can't tell you ish.
Shit.
And so he was in full stump mode. And so we just started taking off them layers.
And so you started telling them some ish. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, we started breaking them down. Like, it was fun though. It was interesting.
That's what happened when you stay in the barbershop and you already got your haircut.
Yeah.
When you overstay your welcome at the barbershop.
Overstay your welcome in the barbershop.
Leave immediately.
That nigga was like, well, what about the games this weekend? Like, hold up. But yeah, dub. So
that's what's up.
Anyway, man. So what do you want to get into?
Man, I hate that I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna just quick shout out to the Eagles real quick.
Oh, shout out to the Eagles.
Shout out to the Eagles. Yeah. Them niggas won the Super Bowl. I don't like them.
In style.
I don't like them because I'm a Cowboys fan. But I respect the underdog mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because them niggas was not supposed to win that hoe.
They was not.
They were not supposed to win that game.
Shit, all the way they played, shit.
When you play that well in the first half and you only up a couple points,
that's scary.
When your boys missing field goal, first of all, everybody's missing field goals.
Everybody was missing field
goals. But the first
y'all getting fired.
The first kick you missed?
Yeah, it was terrible. It was wild.
And they didn't have any weather issues because they played indoor. I didn't understand. I didn't understand it, but yeah, man, shout out to them, dude. I thought, what y'all guys think about it? The Super
Bowl. Commercials, the game, or the riot?
Shit.
Because they tore their city up, man.
We can start. Let's start with commercials, I guess.
Tide.
First of all, Tide has had an interesting
that was amazing
little month. From people eating the Tide.
Oh, eating the Tide little Tide balls.
Pause. Yes. From eating the Tide Pods to them, like, I love the way they market their commercials. Like, they were in the Old Spice commercial, then Tide just pop up. It's like they just invaded everybody's commercial. Like, as a old school WWF fan, I love that because like when WCW came in WWF, I was like, oh, bruh, this is my childhood.
Right.
So they just did that for commercialism. So yeah, I think they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, commercial wise, absolutely.
Yeah. I think they slaughtered them boys.
Because no matter what commercial it starts, like, oh, is that another Tide? Is that before anything happens?
Remember there was this whack laundry commercial, and we was just like, oh, we know this is gonna be Tide, and it was like something else. Yeah,
I don't even remember. I don't remember the name of it. Yeah. I knew it started with a P, some shit like that.
Oh, it was an off-brand Tide one.
And Justin Timberlake aged in dog years out there.
Man,
he like he was in pain dancing.
You know what? I didn't. You know what?
This dude, man. You got.
To be honest, when I first watched Super Bowl, when we was at your house kicking it wasn't really all that. But then I kind of watched it again.
What wasn't all that? The Super Bowl or the house? You need to clarify.
I'm talking about the halftime show.
I felt like you were taking a dig. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, when I first watched the halftime show, it really didn't seem like it was all that to me. Then I kind of went back and watched it.
Right.
It wasn't that bad, bro. I mean, like the party in the beginning was tight. Then it kind of dried out. But then we got into 2020 when he did Mirrors, Suit and Tie,
Mirrors, nice,
the Troll song. People were hating on the Prince tribute.
Right.
I thought that shit was dope. Actually, I thought that shit was dope as hell.
I thought it was dope until I found out the back story on the fact that Prince really didn't F with JT, like as a person. And I think JT even has a verse on a song that goes at Prince.
Like they were beefing?
Like he's dissing Prince on a verse on one of his songs. So that's apparently the background of it. So that's why people were throwing shots at him. That and he don't believe in holograms and stuff.
I guess, but if you think about it, I mean, who's to say that it was even JT's idea to do a Prince tribute?
It probably wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? The producers were probably like, "Hey, look, we're in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's gonna sell.
Yeah, let's do a Prince tribute. What you gonna do? He's supposed to say
it may not have been his idea, but he dang sure needed that.
Hey,
before that Prince, that
as soon as that happened, that changed the entire vibe of the halftime show.
There was something else he did before that.
It was bad.
No. When he brought the band, he brought the band to a song.
Man, everybody brings a band, dog. Look, put it like this.
I thought this shit was tight.
No, I'm saying we saw Bruno Mars last week. Then we saw JT this week. He shouldn't. I
don't think that's a fair comparison.
Hey, but it is what it is, man. Like Bruno taking that man's spot.
I mean, yeah, but how many Super Bowls can he do back to back? He already did 2 Super Bowls.
You know what it was like? It was like watching Usher, and we used to think like, damn, Usher could dance, right? And then Chris Brown hit the scene, and then we saw Chris Brown and Usher on the stage at the same time, and it looked different.
But is it that Usher got bad or Chris was just better?
Chris was better.
I mean,
yeah. And Usher started getting old, and I think Justin Timberlake started to get old. Like the moves ain't as crisp.
No, his moves were trash. But I mean, I think it was better than what I thought it was going to be. The halftime show.
But when Prince came on, it changed the entire vibe on it.
Yeah, it really did.
When they lit up the
black
city
audience.
pink.
Yeah.
I mean, when they lit the city purple, that was amazing.
Pink rain, bro.
Really. You gonna do R.I.P. to Prince?
You know that was fake. That was digitized. That was digitized. Yeah, that shit was digitized, bro.
It looked good on TV.
Right. It did look good as hell. But, I mean, I thought it was cool as shit. Anyway.
Segues.
But before we move off from that, I want to talk about these riots.
Oh, because niggas in Philly were wilding, bro.
Hold up. Niggas in Philly were wild. But it wasn't the niggas.
No, it wasn't, bro. Every shot that you saw, it was all of Philly. It wasn't just white, it wasn't black, it wasn't any particular race. It was everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You saw officers out there with them.
Wilding
out with them.
Well, I didn't see that shit. I didn't see.
I saw that shit. They out there, woo, come on, buddy. Out there acting full with them. But on the news cycle, did you ever hear the words, it was a bunch of thugs out there?
Nope.
Nah.
So they rioted the city after the Super Bowl. All the media said was Phillies expressed themselves to have a good time. The city finally got a championship. Mm-hmm. But when it's black people who do the exact same activities, it's thugs in the street.
Yep. So so to clarify, when it's black people
only
upset about their rights being violated, about their people being killed, oh, it's thugs, they're breaking into stores and, they're just running amok. Well, when Philly do it for a game that has nothing to do with really human rights or anything like that,
right.
It's like, oh, it's fandemonium. Like, they flipped a car open. They were breaking into stores. They was like, oh, this is amazing for the city of Philly. I'm like, hold up.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah. Like, they actually had a dude that put both clips together.
Side by side.
Like, it looked like it was one time, and then they showed the news reaction to him, and it's so crazy how different that they treated those events. And it's just like, oh, that's interesting.
That shit is crazy.
I wish one of y'all NFL players would have took a knee though.
Man, I wanted that so bad.
I know the phone call got made before, but I'm just saying.
I don't think they wouldn't have shown it on TV.
Yeah, that'd have been an awkward transition.
Because it's a 10-second delay, so they would have cut it out.
Yeah, the only person that had the opportunity to kneel was Justin Timberlake, and that nigga didn't do it. He didn't kneel, or he didn't bring out Janet Jackson,
and he didn't dance.
Well, shit,
he didn't do a lot of stuff.
But that riot shit is crazy. Well, so whatever came of that, is Philly still messed up or?
I mean, they're cleaning it up.
I mean, yeah,
it's like after everything else, Like,
if you're asking if anybody got arrested, I mean, I sincerely doubt it.
I'm assuming not, since y'all said there were cops out there and shit. That's just crazy.
Oh man,
that's what happened when niggas don't have nothing and you give them something, they tear up their city. Because that was Philly's first.
Okay, wait. Is that the Dallas Cowboy and you coming out now?
Nah, I gave Philly my shout out.
Like,
okay. Yeah, I gave him a shout. I said I don't like him.
Yeah, but that.
I said I like him.
That was kind of a dig. That was kind of a dig.
Hey, but they gave you know
that
when you
shout out to the NFCs.
When you give a nigga that ain't never had nothing, something.
They tear up their city.
That's a shot. That is a definition of a shot.
That's a shot. All right, man. Well, let's get into the meat of the show. Pause. All right. So we got a couple things we need to talk about, right?
Okay.
One, I kind of want to double back to the old boy in the barbershop, right? Let me ask y'all: Are we all trying to live debt free, or what are we doing? What's the tempo? What's the temperature in the room?
Well, it depends on what you mean by that. What type of debt are we talking about?
Anything outside of a house.
I mean, yeah, I can say that's fair.
All right, Jay.
I mean, unless I take out a business loan for something, but
that's different. We're not talking about that.
Okay,
I'd say about half and half.
Half and half.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, like, of course, house, vehicles, to me would be a acceptable form of debt, and maybe one credit card.
How many credit cards? But never mind. That's no person. I was about to say.
I only have one.
I know very few people. You are an exception.
Yeah, I only have one.
Yeah, you're an exception.
I've had one for a long time. I just got my second one not too long ago.
Yeah, I think the average is 3.5.
Hell nah.
Nah,
I'm trying to pay off this one I got.
Yeah,
I want another one for.
Well, the reason I'm asking that is because, like, I've had some interesting conversations that I want to bring to the episode just about the FICO score.
Okay. Yeah.
And I want to get y'all thoughts and reactions on it too, because I'm starting to wonder if we as a people are controlled or worshiping the FICO score. Like we brag on the FICO score. It's weird. It's like it's almost taboo to talk about your credit score, but then I hear niggas brag about it when it's good. It's weird. I don't know which rules we playing by.
I mean, with people, that's both. When people got a good job, they brag on it. How many people brag about McDonald's money?
I mean that depends though, cause I mean I don't brag about my credit score, but it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean I'm
I'm not gonna say it's decent.
I mean,
it's good. It's very good.
If I'm on Credit Karma, I'm in the green, but you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I ain't running around.
I don't brag about my credit score though.
Yeah, well, I don't. I heard just some of the feedback I got was I'm good on being debt free and everything like that. I got a good credit score, so I'm good with my money.
Okay.
But a credit score has nothing to do with your financial well being at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like how well you pay debt, and how on time you pay it.
That's it. And so going back to what was that, episode 2? Like I'm in that position where I'm trying to get out of debt. Like I don't want any debt outside of this house, and I don't really even want the house. Well, I'm trying to pay the house off early.
Oh, I said, if you don't want the house, you can throw me the keys. I'll take this thing real quick. Hey, you get out there real quick.
Keep paying the mortgage though, but just throw me the keys.
Yeah, exactly.
for real. No, but it's like I find myself like a lot of my time I spend thinking about how to get out. I almost feel like I'm in jail, and I'm trying to get out. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do my bid and get out and not come back. So even when I bought the house, I had already started calculating like, okay, well, how much do I need to pay a month to pay this thing off in 10 years? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not trying to pay 15, 30 years on a house. I'm trying to get out because I need access to my money, because that's the fastest way to get wealthy. No? Am I tripping?
No. I mean, I feel like you have a point. I think, and this is me personally, I think paying off a house should be the last priority versus your other debt, though.
Oh, facts. No. So, like, I guess I'll just use myself as an example.
I think you would drive yourself crazy. I would think if I had a house, if I had a car, and then I had a credit card, and then like I buy a house, like okay, well shit, now I gotta figure out how to pay down this house.
No. I'm with you on that. So
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
like for me personally, it's just like okay, cool. Well, smallest to largest. Like, all right, cool. I got a credit card. All right, I need to knock that out. I can knock that out in like 5 months. All right, I got a car note. All right, cool. Well, once I pay off the credit card, I put everything on the car note. I can knock that out in 7 months from there. Right?
Yeah.
And then so on and so forth. And then once I'm like out of everything, I'm putting all the bread to the house because I got nothing left.
Okay.
Once the credit card's gone, once the car's gone, I gotta get out the note.
Right.
Because I found it interesting. I heard one person said they were talking about mortgage, right? And they said the root word of it is morgue. Death. It's like it's death. It's like it's like you become like some people be like, oh, you got a house, you doing good. No. That house could be a problem. That house could probably bury you. It's not always all good if you ain't ready.
That's true.
Yeah. Especially after the whole housing crisis, that was a lot of people's.
Yeah, ass 2008.
Man.
Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, but I don't know. I think it depends because I think it would depend on where you're at in life, right?
Facts.
So, like if I paid off all my credit cards and I paid off my car or whatever, and we paid off the student loans, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if I would be in a rush to pay off my house versus building up a savings.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that. So, well, that's kind of sidebarring, but I'll give you my thoughts, like at least what my plan is, because I just stole it from someone that had more money than me. Because it makes sense to me. Like that nigga did it. It makes sense. But step one, a word to Dave Ramsey, is you get your savings account, $1,000. That's before you even pay anything off on debt. I need a G in my savings account. If I don't have a savings account, I need to start one and get that. J-Rock.
J-Rock.
Did you open an account?
Good shit, Rez.
I was really hoping.
That's you account, bro.
J-Rock.
So
hold on. Talk about before you even say nothing, because remember last episode you was like, yeah, I was gonna hide it at the end of the episode,
bro, and it almost got out of here.
Yeah, you trying to get us the fuck out of here. Did you open the account?
So yes, I opened the account on Friday.
There you go.
Started it with a $100 deposit set up on automatic payments where I do $50 bi-weekly, so every month I'm saving up $100 on my account.
I like it.
Gang.
Gucci gang. Nah, I like it. That's what's up. Boy, that almost stuck out of here.
He almost. So wait, why you ain't shot that out early? That's a dub.
That is a dub. That should have had 2 dubs this week.
Yeah, why you hide that?
I mean, I was gonna put that out later, but since you just, I go to the middle of conversation. But so, set up. Got everything going with that. Waiting for all the final paperwork coming in the mail, but it's already taken care of. The next step, speaking of savings, because I was looking at it, they actually have different accounts where you can take out loans versus your savings. Mm-hmm. And once I get enough money, I'm going to take out loans on my savings to pay off other debt. So that way, when I pay it back, I'm just paying my money back to my own savings account.
Oh, yeah. I see.
So that way, I'm not paying interest to get a loan.
That's G. I like that.
Wait. So
he's borrowing his own money to pay off a debt, right? But it's his money, so they're not charging him interest. So, like, let's say he got $2,000 in the savings account, and he needs to pay off a credit card. I don't know, whatever. And they just give him the $2,000 up front, and you just pay that back. Is that?
Yeah. So they'll put you on a payment plan to pay the $2,000 back, and you're still making the normal direct deposit $50 on your normal payments.
Well, wait, hold on.
So they let you borrow your own money?
Yeah.
Did they report it to the credit bureau?
Yeah.
That's the advantage. Because I was about to say, why don't you just take the $2,000 out and just pay?
Yeah.
But that's the advantage. So he's building his credit. Remember we were talking about building your credit score without going into debt? That he's borrowing his own money. That's smart. They're reporting it to the bureau. It's just like he took a loan out. He just borrowed it from himself. That's G.
That's what's up. Because I was like, how? What?
Yeah. Okay. So essentially, your money is your own collateral. If you don't pay it back, it's your money.
Your money is your own collateral. I love that.
So if you don't pay it back, it'll go against you.
Well, I mean, it will go against you because it's an unpaid loan.
Yeah, it's an unpaid loan.
But it's your own money.
What happens if you don't pay a loan? You lose whatever your collateral is. It still counts against you. You just lose the money.
But a loan is not my money. My savings is my money, right?
Yes, but the collateral is the money that you're putting against it. That way it's guaranteed funds.
So let's go to the negative, because I think that's what's going to happen here. Is say you borrowed $2,000, you paid them back $1,000, right? And then you stop paying them. Does that mean your account just goes negative $1,000?
I believe so.
Because that's what I would think would happen.
Yeah, that's why I would think I didn't ask that direct question. But I will follow up with you. I was going to give that answer by next week.
You know, and then I'm just
be looking for loopholes.
No, I'm just thinking
like this man.
No, I'm just thinking like as y'all saying it. I mean, it's like I had this ready. I'm just listening and explain or hearing you explain what's going on. I'm like, okay, well, how does this work and how does that work?
Yeah,
right.
Because I don't want you not to know that question or what's not to know, and then you put yourself in a trick basket. Yeah, and it's like, oh shit, I done gave these niggas my whole savings and I can't pay this shit back.
Tricks for kids.
For real.
That's what's up though. Okay, cool.
So baby step one, first thing is you need $1,000 in your savings account, right? This is just the plan that I'm running because I got it from Dave, and I know a lot of people that do the same thing. So once I get $1,000 off, my next thing is pay off every single debt I have. I'm not saving no more money. Every penny I got that's extra, I put towards the saving. Remember, you said you need to tell your money, you need to give a job for all your money.
Oh yeah.
So every dollar that you have needs to be purposed to be going somewhere. So there ain't no I get to the end of the month and be like, oh shit, I got an extra $50. No, that $50 needs to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Because when you don't tell money where to go, normally it goes away. Basically, somebody gonna take it.
Yeah.
Restaurant, whatever. But once you got the loans paid off, then you build a fully funded emergency fund. So that's 6 months of your income. So or your expenses. So that if something happens, if it hits the fan and you can't work, you got 6 months of money already stored up. So that goes to what you were saying about, well, before I pay off the house, I'd want to build up the income. Yes, that's the plan. So $1,000, pay off the debt, 6 months of income, then you go after the house. Or a college fund for, baby girl or your son, to get them ready.
Whatever. I got you.
But yeah, that's what I'm running.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything except for paying off the house. That would be the very last priority. Because
it came last.
Well, I'm saying, but I would, as far as in doing investments, I would do things like that, try to build up a passive income before I went towards paying off the mortgage. That's going to be...
That's fair.
That's a good point.
You're looking at at least a 10-year investment.
Right.
Versus you can put 2 years of that to building up a portfolio to whether you're investing something or a money market account to where you set up an additional $5,000 that's going to over time grow for you.
Right.
Instead of just putting everything towards paying off the house.
Yep. Because
you're looking at putting off time, you're wasting time because your biggest opportunity with investments is time. That's what you need. So if you decide to wait to do that for 10 years, you lost 10 years of time worth of investment that could have doubled in with compound interest. So I agree with everything except for this. That's the very last step. Do the investment, start that first before you pay off the mortgage.
So I see where you're going on that. I probably wouldn't, me personally, I'm probably not going to roll that way. Just because when I look at the house, I look at it like, especially in Texas. Now, depending on where you live, this may not apply. But in Texas, our housing market is going up. It's appreciating in value.
Right.
Very fast. So like there was a newspaper run back in 2007 where they said the percentage of houses that were in DFW that were over $200,000, it was like 40%, 50% of houses.
Okay.
Now in back then in 2017, 10 years later, the amount of houses that were over $200,000 in DFW, it was like 87%. There's more houses are becoming more expensive. So my thing is I'm paying the house down, right? God willing, it's appreciating in value. If I want to sell it, then I'm getting all the equity. So imagine I have a $200,000 house. I pay that house off. I sell it for $280,000 or $300,000 at that point. Right. I pocket all of that money. That's me. I'm not cutting that.
You went up the sound, but I got you.
Okay, so you're making the house your investment.
I got you.
So essentially, you're just making the house your investment.
The house is the investment. Because I would trust the housing market, especially with the government pushing for stability in that market, versus me trying to will and deal on stocks and things that I probably don't understand as well because I just don't care to research it as much. Mm-hmm. So that's just my take on it. But I feel you on the investment tip. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
It sounds like y'all both are kind of saying the same thing, just taking a different route.
Yeah, basically.
In this sense. Because, I mean, what Rock said, I mean, that's a good point. You know, you want to build a portfolio and all that stuff, you know, and you're just using it's not like you're more so on the back end. So if you do ever sell this house, because that's what it's essentially about. If you ever sell the house,
right?
Now, if you never sell the house, then
and I thought about that too. So like, say worst case scenario, I don't sell the house, right?
Okay.
I don't have a mortgage. So if something it's paid for. There's nothing else. Like it's like I don't have to worry about a roof over my head. If something goes bad, it's mine. They're not coming to take my keys.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of debating on, okay, well, dang, what do I do when I pay it off? Because I'm gonna pay it off. Like God forbid something happens. You know, my goal is 10 years. 10 years from this date, 2028, this house will be paid for.
Well, you got that math today. I see you.
Yeah, I'm on that cash, dog. I'm on that cash. But is it an advantage to sell it? Because if you don't have to worry, like, so say I sell a house, I'm just gonna go buy another house and pay a mortgage on it. Now I guess I could buy a cheaper house. I could downsize and just pocket the rest of the money.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I get 300 and then I buy 150,000, then I walk away with 150.
Which ain't terrible.
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, but would you be able to do that? Because in the past 10 years, the market doubled.
Going up, and that's my question.
So it's like, can you realistically find somewhere where you can downsize in 10 years? It went from 40 to 80%.
Right.
In the next 10 years, what's going to happen?
So it might be more of an advantage to pay it off and just stick it out.
Stick here?
Yeah.
Okay.
They may get faster internet speed, so you never know.
Boy, I need it.
So does your plan, like, the plan that you have calculated now, which sounds like a good plan, but is that plan if everything stays the same?
Yeah, this is based off. So I believe that the number one way to obtain wealth is through your own personal income. So that means that I either need to make more money by getting promoted at my job, or make money through a business on the side, or I need to lower my expenses. Now, me, I just prefer to do all three. So at my job, I look to get promoted so I can make more money. Then I look to build my business on the side to just bring, even if it's an extra $1,000 a month, $500 a month, whatever, like, that's helping me. And then from the expenses standpoint, that's why I need to get the debt the heck out of here. Because the faster I get the debt out, I lower that expense. Well, now I ain't giving my money to somebody else. Now I can put it to me. I
got you.
So that just speeds up the process of paying the house off. I'm not saying I'm gonna pay the house off based off of where I'm at right now, 10 years. What I'm calculating is, okay, cool. Well, this car note's finna disappear. This credit card's finna disappear. I'm already saving X amount of dollars a month. I'm gonna pull all that money, get my emergency fund up to 6 months again, and then after that, I'm killing the house. I'm finna smoke this thing. That's the whole, like, I just look at annihilating the debt. Now we kind of went way off track from where I wanted to go. Like, I don't know how we spun into this, but I mean, it is what it is. Like that's my plan.
Yeah.
Because if you want, like, they even have calculators for this. Like, if you want to kill your mortgage in half the time, they'll calculate it for you and say, okay, well, you have a house that's $200,000 or $300,000, whatever your house costs. Your mortgage is $1,800, right? Okay, cool. Well, you need to do a little more than double that, and you'll pay it off in half the time. The interest, though, is what scares me.
The interest on the house?
Yes, bruh. So when you buy the house, they give you this printout, right? And it tells you, okay, well, this is your payment month 1. This is your payment all the way to month whatever your loan is, right? Okay. So for mine, it was like, okay, I paid, say $1,600, right? Out of that $1,600, maybe $200 goes to my principal.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shit, you so right about
like
that.
it's nothing.
Shit,
it's
that
nothing,
interest
right?
ain't no joke.
So
you so right about that.
So when you start looking at it, like it'd be like, yo, I got a $200,000 house and it dropped to 199,
bro.
At 8, like that'll piss you off.
Yeah,
that'll piss you off. So and I got pissed. That's like I heard Dave say it, but it didn't become real to me till I saw the numbers. Because they were like, yo, if you got a $200,000 house, say you run it off over 30 years, don't get a 30-year mortgage if you can, but if you got to, just pay it off faster. But that house at $200,000 over 30 years would be like $700,000 something dollars, depending on the interest rate.
Shit,
damn.
It's
so
ruthless.
triply.
It's
so
a
triple
I believe
the
it,
value
though.
of
it's a cold-blooded game. So when I saw that, I'm like, nah. I'm finna smoke this. Like, no, I'm not finna pay not for this.
Yeah.
I know what a $700,000 looks like. I dream build. I go out to these neighborhoods that I can't afford to be in because
Oh yeah.
because it's,
Yeah, not for real.
no, for real. Like, do that. Like on Sundays, me and my wife, we would go out to these houses. I know what a $700,000 house looks like. This ain't it.
It pays like one.
It's still a nice house though.
I mean, there's levels to this stuff. yo, I went to this one house, $700,000, dog. It looked like Club Truth. I felt like Ghost. Like I was standing over the balcony looking down. Wow. Like it was amazing.
Shit.
Bro.
That's crazy.
These houses, that house could eat my house twice.
Damn.
And still have room for a media room. But the point is, let's get back to the point. The FICO score, like
okay. That was a real question.
That wasn't. We just segued way out.
I don't know. I don't even know how that happened.
I don't either. But no, on the FICO score, like, why do you think that we as Americans or we as a people care so much about the credit score?
It's how society has set it up. Because in order to get almost anything, it requires you to have credit in order for you to get a better price on it. Whether it's a house, car, insurance, everything looks at credit. You know, even your phone looks at credit, whether you have a deposit or not, you know.
Okay.
So, you know, and that's been set up for like a couple generations now. So it's just ingrained in, you know, in America. That's just how America is set up. Now, like you were saying on a couple episodes ago, you can do it without credit. It's just harder because you have to find companies that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely harder.
Yeah,
we can talk about that too.
Yeah, you have to find companies that are okay with you not having credit, that look at other strings, like you said, you know, your payment history, just with utilities. Because I was actually looking into the FICO score when I was coming over here because I knew that was one thing we're talking about.
Okay.
So every company by law is required to report accurately to FICO, or wherever credit agency. They have to record accurate information. They don't have to report. So not every company that you're with even reports the credit.
That's crazy.
So, like example, cell phones. As long as you're paying them, they don't send monthly reports saying that, hey, this person pays on time. That's why, you know, so I work in insurance. People call in and say, hey, I need a letter saying that I have a good pay history to take, and it's generally for people buying homes because they need something showing that they pay monthly.
Wow.
Okay.
Because
that's smart.
Most consumer products that are necessities, cell phone, insurance, and most utilities, they only report if you don't pay.
Dang, that's crazy. I did not know that.
Wow.
I did not know that.
So like, oh God.
So wait, so let me ask you this. So if they don't report it, or let's say you don't pay your bill, and it gets reported, but then does it show up on your credit report?
Yeah.
So only when you don't pay it, it shows up on your credit report. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I've never seen AT&T or nobody, for that matter, on my credit report.
Oh, because you pay your bill.
Well, yeah, appreciate that.
Like when Rez asked me how many credit cards, I only have one credit card, but I've had it for probably about 10 years now. The reason why I got it is because I was actually trying to build credit at the time, and I went through a couple companies, and not every credit card company reports as well. I had to request a certain card that Capital One has. Shameless plug. That they do report monthly when you make payments, but you have to ask for them to do that to have that type of card.
Really?
The normal card that they send out, no. The only time that they report it is if you don't pay.
Okay, I've never known that. Like I had one credit card pretty much since I was in college up until maybe a year or so ago, and it's always been on my credit. I mean, it's always been on my credit report. Like ever since I was paying it, ever since my balance was whatever that they give you as a college student, like it's always been there. So I've never known for somebody not to or a company not to report it.
I'm proud of you for like only having one credit card and you've been paying it this whole time. Because when I got my first credit card,
well, Mama Rez got the card.
Oh no! Mama Rez got another card. No, my first credit card, dog. I was in college. That mug had $500 limit on it, and what was it? It was Metal Gear Solid 4. PlayStation came out, and it was a package deal. That mug was $498. I had a $500 limit.
Didn't hesitate.
I swiped that card, dog. I didn't make not one payment.
See.
I was wilding. I didn't. It was in college, dog. They was like, "Oh yeah, you got $500, dog. You just give it to them when you want it." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And yeah. That one hurt.
Damn.
So shout out to you for being responsible.
Yeah, it's just I guess that's just something my mom told me. 'Cause I mean, she didn't really like harp on credit cards too much, but Chase sent me a student one card, and she was like, "Well, I mean, you need to build credit."
Well, okay, let me rewind real quick. The reason I didn't pay on that card, right?
Okay.
I didn't know what interest was. Nobody told me like because you're on college campus, they just like, "Oh hey, come get a credit card, you can."
Man.
They prey on us,
right.
So I walk over to the line and they was like, yeah, we can run your credit score. So just give us your information. So I'm young and dumb, and I was like, all right, cool. So I gave it to him, right? They said, oh yeah, you can get $500. So you gonna give me $500? They said, yeah. I said, so I can use this however I want. They said, yeah.
So you done fucked up, right?
I didn't know. So
they just fed you all type of bullshit.
So you working part time at a job, and you're not making that much money, and you're going full time to school. Well, when that monthly note came through, sometimes I didn't have the $50 or $80 or whatever. Yeah, I'm in college. Like I'm on ramen noodles. Like I'm trying to chef ramen noodles 18 different ways just to try to spice up my food life. I don't have $80 to give you. Yeah. So when I finally beat Metal Gear Solid, I looked at my statement. And it was like $900. I was like, whoa, wait. I only swiped for $5. But they wanted $9. I was like, nah.
Shit.
So
that's crazy.
That's what happens when you don't know.
Damn.
Dog, interest is real.
That's crazy.
The borrower slay to the lender.
I mean, I maxed out on my credit card one time. I think my balance was like $800, and I was in school. And I didn't have no money for books. And I was just like, fuck it, just put all the books on the credit card. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah. The responsible max out.
Yeah, it wasn't a video game.
Right.
It was
let me get some books. What? Hell nah.
But I mean, just to answer your question on the FICO score, I mean, I think this is how the system set it up for any of us to get anything. I would think like, you know what I'm saying? Because people do look at it. I mean, companies do look at it. Now, I know you mentioned and Rock just mentioned that you have to find a company that doesn't look at your credit report, but look at a utility bill or something like that.
Right.
But for what cases though? Like, is that just for a house, or if I wanted to buy a car, could that be the case too?
Well, so with cars, that's a little bit different because it doesn't matter what your credit is; anybody can get a car. But what happens is, they run your information, they get whatever the number is. If you get pre-approved for a good loan or not. If you don't, they have what's called in-house financing. That means they can charge you whatever they want.
That's a mousetrap.
In-house financing.
Yeah, because they're not sending it out to. It's not a bank doing. It's not a finance company. It's the dealership taking a chance on you by giving you a loan for the car.
I got you.
So they can set whatever their interest rates, wherever they want to do.
Crazy thing about that too, just to piggyback on the car buying process. You think you run into a car dealership with cash that you got an advantage. Well, I actually found out that's not necessarily true. They actually don't want you to pay cash for it. Because when they finance it, even if it's outsourced to another bank, they get a cut.
Oh, the dirty dealer. That's right.
So basically, like, say you come into the dealership, right?
Okay.
And you want a $20,000 car, right? You're trying to sell that. You trying to buy that. I'm trying to sell you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You got $20,000. I don't necessarily want you to give me $20,000 because that's it. Once you give me the 20, it's gone. If I can get you to be like, okay, well, you know, how much do you have to put down? Well, I got 20. It's like, okay, well, actually, you know, if you want, like, you know, what's a good monthly payment for you? Because that's the go-to move. What do you want your monthly payment to go to?
Right.
Because wealthy people think about the total cost. The rest of us think about what I can afford in a month. We don't look at the big picture. We don't look at the total cost. We look at what can I afford now. So they'll ask you that. Even if you had the money, the car dealership may say, well, you only need to put down $10,000 and this is your monthly payment. You can keep the rest of the money. And they get you to finance the car because whatever bank, say J-Rock's the bank that I work with as a dealership.
Okay.
I'm sending him the loan. He's going to get his money because he's charging you interest. I'm going to get my money because you're putting a down payment on it. I'm also going to get a kickback from J-Rock because I fed him a loan. So he's going to kick me some money as a dealership on the back end. I get a piece. I don't want you to pay cash. I'm losing.
That doesn't even make sense. Because why take $10,000 and then a cut of what the bank is going to give you when I can just give you $20,000?
Because I'm going to get the interest over time. And most likely that interest is going to add up to more than what you would have paid for anyway.
Okay. That's it. Shit. Well, shit. If I got 20 racks, I need to find me a dealership that's going to take this 20 racks.
No, there's dealerships that do that. They're not. It's not an advantage to the dealership because it's a one-time thing. Like we always talk about passive income, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's passive income. I get you to finance the car. I'm consistently getting money every month from you actually paying on that car. And I'm charging you a higher fee just for you having it. So I'm getting your interest and I'm getting the principal payment. And it's coming in every month. That's predictable income. You want that.
Okay. Okay, shit. I didn't know.
So let me ask you this. Do you have your car, you're still paying on it, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have gap insurance?
Yeah.
What is gap insurance?
If I total my car and what I own alone is less than what the value of the car is, the gap insurance will cover it.
So that's the point of the financing. So if you buy a car, let's just say $10,000, it's the amount of it. Mm-hmm. The loan for the vehicle, once they add all the financing, can be, let's just say you have good credit. Let's say it's $15,000.
Okay.
If you wreck that as soon as you drive off the lot, even if the insurance gives you the full $10,000, the other $5,000 financing, that's where the extra money comes in. Mm-hmm. That's why they don't want you to pay it off completely, because if you pay the $10,000, you're just paying for the car. You're not paying for the financing and the interest over time.
Right. Yeah. No, I get that, and that's why shit. Even when I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I know like.
Okay.
No, but I mean like you said, like when you take out, like when you go get a new car, right? You get the car and they want get you the extended warranty, the gap insurance and all that stuff.
Yep.
Like, would the best practice not be just to leave with the car?
Depends on what you're trying to do. What is your mind like? And we talked about this. Like, is your mindset to avoid debt or is it to engage with it? Because the thing is, like, so say you buy the car, right? You at the lot and they hit you like. What's your position? Do you have the money to pay for it or not?
Just pay off the car, just walk in there and just pay it off?
Yeah, like what? I guess give me a scenario.
Okay, so a scenario with what? What are you talking about?
Like a scenario of somebody going to the dealership and they get offered the gap and the service. Like what position are they in?
Oh, they can't pay it off.
Okay, so they can't pay it off.
Yeah, they can't. They don't have $20,000 or $30,000 in their bank account. Cool. They would have to get they'll have to get it financed.
Okay, I would get the gap. I would get the gap initially. Right? Mm-hmm. Because the moment you drive off the lot, it depreciates.
Yeah.
Right? If something happens to that car, if you can't afford to pay that car off, the one thing you don't want to have happen is it total out and there's a gap between what you owe and what it's worth.
Right.
Because they want that money ASAP.
Yeah. I'm not really talking, because I feel like gap is important, but I'm talking about.
Well, gap's a hustle. Gap's the hustle, though. I mean, it's important, but it's the hustle.
Well, it depends. Well, actually, I would how much the gap is, though.
I would say get the gap, but don't get it through a dealership.
Yeah, because my gap wasn't through a dealership.
So, because when you get through a dealership, they added to the loan.
Yep.
The loan has interest on it.
Yep.
The loan has financing. So now you're paying for gap insurance. Let's just say it's $1,000.
Yeah.
Now that $1,000 has interest on it, just like your car. So you're gonna end up paying $2,000-$3,000 for it.
Yeah.
And that the difference goes back to the sales agent as a commission. So there's companies that you can buy your own gap insurance from. So I say get the gap, but get it on your own. That way you get a lower price on it.
And that's what I was saying. Like, and that goes back to my original question. Don't you just leave the dealership with the car?
Yeah, I would leave it with
yeah,
you
know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're not required to get anything else.
No, I didn't get anything else.
So let me ask you, just out of curiosity. So let's say somebody's listening to this and they bought a car, they got the gap through the dealership. Can they get out of that deal and then get an individual gap, or is it too late for them?
It depends on how long it's been. Like, they would actually have to go back to the dealership and see what options they have, because every contract is different.
Interesting.
Because you buying a car, that's a contract you're signing.
Right.
So it depends on how much time you have to get out of it.
And I know with some, that is true. It does depend on how the contract is written. But I know some extended warranties you can get out of.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You can get out of some extended warranties, and they'll just give you back whatever money
that you didn't use.
Yeah, that you didn't use.
I've heard that.
Yeah, but as far as Gap, that I don't.
Yeah.
One thing though, since we own Gap, just be aware. Like, if you have, if you say you total your car, right, and you have to use the Gap, if you've ever pushed a payment back or been late and they assess those fees, the Gap does not cover that. You still owe that. So, like, let's say if you you pay, I don't know, $400 a month, and 3 times you've pushed your car note back that month. So that's 4, 8, 12. So you owe, that's $1,200 you didn't pay them. You car totals, they're gonna pay everything that car is worth except that $1,200. You still owe them that money.
That's messed up.
Hey,
because that's a hustle.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I just found that out.
That's the game.
I just found that out. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Because they just moved to the end of the loan payment, so the payment's still there.
Exactly.
The loan didn't change. What you mean you're not paying for this? I don't get that.
And they still gonna hit you with the interest for every month that you don't pay.
Wow.
Or I think they'll, if they get there's a window they'll give you. If you don't pay it off in like 30 days or 60 days or whatever, they'll send that to collections. So just be aware for everybody rolling around with Gap, thinking like, oh, I'm cool. No, if you pushed any payments back, or if you were ever late and you got assessed a fee, you still owe that money. They not eating that. So
like these companies that do the financial hardships, if something happens, we'll push it back a month. We'll put in.
Yep.
That's not covered by Gap.
Nah.
I'm happy I found out this way.
Right, instead of being in some shit,
because I'll be heated,
bruh. Been heated. Listen, it will alter some things, problems.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So anyway, but I do want to go back to one thing that you said though about getting better deals when you're in debt, right? Do y'all subscribe to the theory of cash is king?
Yeah,
because I do.
Yeah.
In most depends like again, it just depends what you're buying, but in most situations, yeah.
Okay, so let's say there's nothing absolute. Except God. Shout out to God. But cash is king. So like if you walk into a furniture store and you're trying to buy furniture, right? Say the living room set is $2,500. You can negotiate that. You don't have to finance that. If cash is king and you walk in there with $2,200 or $2,000, they may eat that. Businesses, especially small businesses, they do that all the time,
right?
For profit. So you don't always get a better deal. More often than not, you're getting a worse deal financing than if you walked in there with cash.
You know what? Wow. I mean, this can be old, but y'all remember King of the Hill?
Yeah.
Talking about Hank.
Yeah. So Hank was like, every time I buy a car, I always pay sticker price, and he always thought that was a good deal, and everybody's laughing at him throughout the whole show. He's like, no, nobody pays sticker. They always negotiate.
Yeah,
of course.
So that goes right back to what we were saying. Like, whenever any company buys something they're reselling it, whether it's furniture or in most cases, they don't buy that for that price.
Of course.
The price that's out there is the price for them to make whatever profit they want to.
Oh, yeah.
That's a markup.
So there is a range that they can lower it to for you to buy it, especially if they know it's guaranteed money.
Of course.
So it just go back to, it's saying you can negotiate stuff like that. Now, you can't do that with everything in life. You can't negotiate at Walmart. Hey, man, I got $5.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
I got $500. Can I get this $1,000 TV? What's up?
I got 25 cents. What's up with this Reese's?
Oh, you got jokes. Hey, yeah, you got jokes.
Hey, bro, I'm letting you know right now. Them Reese's jokes, them hoes might fly for the rest. Every time we record, bro, it might be a Reese's joke fly for this hoe.
That's funny. Yeah, check out episode 4. But I do think as far as credit scores are concerned, I think that America has done a great job of hypnotizing us or marketing to us that it's important. Because I do hear that on a regular basis that I'm doing well because I have a high credit score. Okay. And a high credit score doesn't mean you're doing well. That just means you've literally paid thousands and thousands of dollars to the bank. There's a reason the bank's furniture, when you go in there, it's all nice, and then you walk home to your shit, and it's all beat up. It's because you giving all your money to the bank because they taxing you on that interest. I think they've done a great job at that. I saw a commercial. I was at my dad's house. They had a commercial. It was I think it was MasterCard. But first of all, listen to the name, MasterCard.
Racist.
For real. No.
This nigga said racist.
I mean, think about it.
Master.
Hey, borrow
MasterCard.
slave to the lender. I own you. You gonna do what I say. I fronted you the money. But loan sharks. But the commercial was you're a good mom. You have a family. You support your husband. You take care of everything at the house. You're super mom. And sometimes super moms want to do what's best for the family. Go to Disney World. Take a vacation or a cruise. Well, we at MasterCard give you that opportunity. Be a super mom for your family. Get a MasterCard. That's the pitch. That's and it shows this lady and her family, and she's smiling, and they're at Disney World, and they happy, right? It don't show the back payments. It don't show her opening up her statement, right? And her eyes bugging out. But I think they've done such a great job at marketing to us that a credit score is important. A credit card is your way to be a super mom. They literally tied in being a good mother to getting into debt. That's nuts to me.
I mean, it's marketing. It's unfortunately, that's how, unfortunately, Americans are really weak in that subject. People believe anything that's on TV.
Facts.
Okay, what's the most important meal of the day?
Breakfast.
And you know who started that?
Kellogg's.
I was about to say, that sound like Kellogg's. Kellogg's would say some shit like that.
It was a marketing ploy that was set up if we get people to buy in that breakfast is important, people will buy cereal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you market it, people believe it. It's just that simple, whether it's cereal, breakfast, or
Folgers coffee.
Man.
Best part of waking up.
That's crazy.
But I mean, really, bro, if you want to be honest, I think it's how they're selling the credit card, because they're selling it put it on here now and then just pay us off later. But I mean, really, you can pay off a credit card month by month and not ever incur interest.
No, of course. No, but that would be the exception. That's not the rule. The rule is most people don't pay up.
Yeah.
And okay, let's keep it funky. Let's keep it 100. That's a multi-billion-dollar company. They do research on us as people. They know when we buy. They know how often we buy. They know how often statistically people pay off their debts, right? They're basically taking the gamble that we're not going to pay the monthly bill or the statement off because they know statistically we don't.
It's not a gamble.
So it's really not a gamble at that point. It's an assurity.
Yeah.
So it sounds nice in perfect world, oh, well, I'll swipe it this month, then I'm just going to pay it off in full the next month. But then you get sick, you miss work, or, a layoff happens, or there's a family emergency. We got to fly off to a city that we didn't plan to fly off to because something happened. And you don't pay it off. and then they rake it in. They know that happens.
But that can be with any case, though.
It can. But the difference is, like, you got the loan from me. I know something's going to happen in your life. Statistically.
Yeah. And then also, when you look at it from that aspect, which one are you most like? Which one would you miss? Your car payment that you know if you don't pay it, they'll come take it away.
You're paying a car.
Or a credit card where there's really not a big adverse reaction.
I mean, of course you're gonna pay your credit. You're gonna pay your car
Exactly.
off. Yeah.
So what's in most people's minds, which is true, your house, your car, and your insurance are the 3 bills that most people pay without question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, cell phone.
Yeah, you'll cut
Cell phone.
Yeah, that'll get cut. You'll hear that.
You've reached the subscriber.
Man, but
This phone number is not accepting calls.
Right.
for real.
But cell phone and credit card is something that if you can push back, there's not really a major adversity behind it, and you'll push it off.
But I think that's money management more
you're
than
100%
anything.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But how many people manage money well?
But here's the deception in all that. Even if you manage money well, that doesn't mean that, like, okay, I pay my credit card every month. I swipe my card. I got a high credit score. I'm in the 750s, right? I'm in the 770s, whatever, right?
Okay.
That doesn't mean I'm good with money. That means I'm good at paying off debt. I'm good at borrowing money. That's what that means.
But you're essentially borrowing your own money if you're paying it off each month.
No. What I'm saying is, if you have a high credit score, right?
Yeah.
That statistically means that you pay off a lot of debt. It's not like I'm getting a score by swiping the card and paying it off at the end of the month. Like when you buy your house, like when you go through the home buying process, the salesman will tell you, well, look, you need to have your credit score here at closing. The way you do that is we need you to have this much money on your credit score. You can't spend more than 10%. Mm-hmm. And they say never pay it down to 0. The reason you don't pay your you don't pay your statement down to 0 is because they don't charge you interest for it. So if they don't charge you interest for it, you don't get a bump. Your credit score is based off of them paying a person paying the interest. Then they give you the bump. In exchange for me getting some interest off you, I'm giving you a bump. That's
about with a bump in the credit score?
Yes. So like if you say you swipe your card for $500, right? And this month you pay off that $500 on the credit card company, I'm not giving you a bump.
So, but
why not?
But does it say the same though?
Yeah, you just stay the same.
So, but if your goal
you're not moving up.
But like once you got your credit to a certain point, if your goal is to maintain it, then that's fine.
Right, but in order to get your credit score to a certain point, you have to let them get that hit.
Well, in most people's situations, you're gonna have that because you're gonna have a car note.
Right, but
not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Because
if you have a good pay history.
Because I just got my car and I had a good credit score before I got my car.
Because you had a car before, right? Well, no, you had that car cash.
Yeah, that car was cash.
So how'd you build your credit?
Most of it was paying off the car before the balance.
Yeah, because again, but that goes back to the main point is like the way you build credit, the way your credit score moves up is you have debt, you pay on it, they charge you interest. You keep paying on it, they give you a bump. Every time you get interest charged on you, you get a bump as long as you pay on time. If you pay it off completely, I'm not getting anything for you doing that. There's no reason for me to give you a bump. We're just talking about building credit and getting a high credit score.
Yeah. I mean, but another thing too is being in good standings.
Yeah,
with your card.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you're making payments on time, because the payments only part of it. You also have pay history.
Yes.
You also have the amount of debt that you have in contrast to the amount of income that you make.
Yeah.
So you can't have too much debt where you have more debt than you have income.
Yeah, they want you to walk that fine line.
That also is part of it. So you can have monthly expenses and debt, and that ratio will be good. You can have good pay history, and that also would help improve it. So you also look at the amount of time that you had a debt. So like what you're saying, you just got a car. That's looked at differently with somebody who's had a car for 3 years that have a solid pay history on it. So
right, that's true.
There's a lot of different factors. It's not just you paying off the card immediately, or you're taking interest hits on it.
Right.
Because as long as you're making payments, as long as you're under 10%, which is what most people tell you to who building credit. If you only spend within 10% of your card and then pay it down, not complete, just leave a small balance. That way you're only getting hit by a small balance of interest.
Right.
So there's ways to manage and offset that as well. So it's not like you have to max out your card and take the full interest for whatever your limit is.
Well, if you max out your card, you ain't getting they're not gonna give you no house.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying as far as with building credit in general,
that's a problem because they be like, this nigga can't afford to pay his own bill. He can't pay this house.
Yeah, because your credit availability gonna be too low.
You got nothing. But that's the hustle. It's like, okay, well, in order for you to qualify for this, you need to make sure you let them hit you though on a small amount. So that's why, like you said, they say 10%. But the thing is, people we build up these high credit scores, right? Mm-hmm. And we feel proud for building it up, of course, because in a sense it does show that, hey, we're timely.
Yeah, so your timely shows that you're responsible, because that's why a lot originally most people only use credit for houses and cars.
Right.
Now
it's everything.
Yeah, now every industry is looking at it because now insurance looks at it. Now cell phones looks at it. Okay,
yeah, your auto insurance is built on your credit.
Are you to pay this bill? How responsible are you with things that you already have in life? So now credit is a part of pretty much everything. So you're saying, in the world that we live in, you have to build your credit, at least till you have a good standing. Because if you have bad credit, everything gets more expensive. Insurance, cars, house, cell phone, everything.
Well, see, I remember back in the day, people would say it's better to have no credit than bad credit. Or was it's better to have bad credit than no credit?
Yeah, it's better to have bad
credit.
I don't know.
I remember something.
It's better to have bad credit than no credit.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
So, but think about it. If you have no credit, that means that you never had any bills, nothing in your name. Nobody. But if you have bad credit, it means that at one point you at least were trustworthy enough to get a loan or to get debt.
That sounds good, but in reality, no. If you have no credit, that means you have no debt. That means you could probably absorb more stuff. You have less to pay for. You should be.
Not necessarily.
Saying,
in a perfect world, yeah.
In a perfect world, but I'm saying so if let's say I'm a college kid, I have no credit score. I've never gotten a credit card or anything like that, right? I get a job, I got my degree, I got a $70,000 a year job, but I have no credit score, but I have the money, right? Why am I at a disadvantage? I can afford to pay whatever bill I'm trying to get, like my car note or something like that. Why, if he's making $40,000, but he has a higher credit score than me, and I'm making $70,000 and I have no credit score, does he have an advantage over me? I'm more apt to pay that if my expenses are, say our expenses are exactly the same. So I have more excess. Why would I be at a disadvantage?
Because there's system based, right? Just going based off what's the system how it is.
Yeah.
There's no report saying that you are trustworthy with paying money back. You're trustworthy with making money, and your expenses are the same. But I see that this person, based on this report, he pays money back. So yeah, He'll be able to pay me back if I give him money. That's how I'm assuming crazy. It would be looked at.
Yeah, because it's basically a system of trust, right? So analogy, you have two kids,
right?
One has a track record, very responsible, always on time, overall great kid.
Right.
You have another kid that you know nothing about, but he's dressed well. He's the way he's presented to you, it's a perception of trust. Which one would you go with? The one who's proven that he's trustworthy, or one you know nothing about, but has a good presentation?
Who has a higher GPA?
It will be the one that you know about.
How do I know that?
Because it's a report card.
He has a report card. He has a history.
Okay, so
you're saying you know nothing about this other person.
Well, I have to know something about him, otherwise it's not fair. If
he's
the middleman, if he knows I have $70,000, I have to prove that. I'm not just telling him I have $70,000 a year. He knows that because he sees my pay stubs. In a sense, that's a report card. You know I have this money.
But that's the only thing that you know.
Okay, well, what do I know about the other kid?
Right, I got one for you. I got one for you. I got one for you.
Because that one don't work. Because you can't say I don't know anything about this kid.
Don't think that you know it's a perception.
It's me and J Rock.
Okay,
yeah. Right, me and J Rock.
All right.
J Rock make $100,000 a year.
Okay,
right.
That's a good start.
You don't know how much I make, but you know every time I borrowed money from you, I paid it back to you. Mm-hmm. Me and J Rock both asked for $10,000. Who are you more likely to give it to?
I would ask for your expenses. I need to know. A bank is going to do that. They're not.
I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about a bank. I'm talking about you. You would ask for my expenses.
Yes, because I'm thinking like a bank. Why would I give you $10,000?
So you want a credit score?
No, I want your expenses.
That's part of building credit.
No, it's not. You can have expenses. Like you can have an apartment complex that's not reported to the credit bureau. I need to know how much your money is, how much your rent is, right? I know you make $100,000. How much are you paying for rent?
So every time,
how much are you paying for?
So every time I've asked you for money, I've paid you back, and I asked for $10,000. He asked for $10,000. Who would you give it to?
Whoever is more financially capable to pay me back.
So disregard that I've paid you back every time.
Yeah, because just because you pay me back before don't mean you can pay me back in the future.
This nigga.
That's how. But maybe I'm off
because he knows what this leads to.
No, because that's how I think. Like if I'm like, okay, I gotta trust this person with 10 racks. Right?
10 is just a number. $1,000, $100.
Okay, it's like I got family members that ask me for $100, right? Sometimes I give it to them. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I know I'm giving you this $100. I'm not getting this shit back. I know that. I know that. High credit score, low credit score, nigga, you're not gonna pay me back. I know. It's okay. I'm going to hook you up, right? But I'm thinking business like from a bank standpoint, because if you're gonna ask me for $10,000, I'm gonna start thinking like a bank. I'm not just gonna be like, that's a lot of money.
Okay, so let's just say $100. And in the past,
fuck it. I'll give you both $100.
In the past, A's asked you for $75, pay the bag. Asked for $50, pay the bag. Asked for $200, pay the bag. On time, you didn't have to chase him down for money.
Oh, I'm gonna give it to you.
He came to you and paid it before you even asked for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
Which one would you give it to first, me or Ave?
Ave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's $200. What's that?
Not talking about the amount though.
The amount is
irrelevant.
Well, no, the amount is very relevant. Like, because if you ask me that same question, you'd be like, "Yo, all right, it's $200. I'm not gonna miss $200. If it's something that I'm going to feel, and I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute,
right? So, but
we wouldn't be asking for $10,000 if we know you didn't have it,
right?
You got money. You got more money than me.
No, you can stop that. Look, you can have.
No, I'm just talking about in this example.
But I'm saying you can have money and still fit. Listen, this is the thing we got tricked on too. This plastic versus cash. If you swipe a card, right, for $500, you feel it a little bit. It hurts a little bit. Mm-hmm. But if you got $100 bill, 5 times you got to break $100 bill, that hurts. Like I physically tell me I'm not the only one. If I get $100 in my pocket, dog, I am doing everything possible not to break that $100.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Spend it.
Right.
Yeah. But back to the original topic.
But I'm going to feel that. So you saying like, okay, well, it's not relevant. Like, yeah, I might have the $10,000. I mean, I want to give it to you.
Well, in this case, it's not about the figures. It's about how apt you are to who would you trust? Somebody who's always paid you money back, regardless of what the amount is. You know, I get it. A bigger amount, you're going to think more business mind. That's why we went smaller. But in a smaller amount, you're more likely to give somebody who you know always paid you back versus somebody you have no information on. So that's how credit versus bad credit goes.
I think that's the problem, though, is the no information.
Okay, so I think me and J Rock are a bad example. Me, Troy, our new cameraman. Shout out to Troy.
Tony
I
Montana.
thought it was Troy.
Yeah, whatever. We'll edit it out. Go ahead. No, I'm kidding.
But so it's me and our new cameraman, right?
Yeah.
He asked for $1,000. I asked for $1,000.
Right. Do I want this money back?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to you.
Because it's the relationship I have, right?
Yes.
Well, I would think a credit report is something like a relationship, in a sense, because you have to build.
If the relationship's a pimp and a hoe, yes, that hoe get on the block. She better come back with my cheddar. I'm gonna pull the powder out. That's what the interest is. Hey, I got that powder. You didn't pay me back. Hold up, get my powder. Let me get this interest on this nigga.
This is my fault for playing Pimp Juice last week.
Was Pimp Juice last week?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that one.
I mean, you didn't get any of them.
We deep dived into
But you didn't get any of them, but it's okay.
All right. So what we? All right.
I'm just tripping on how like we just feel like we're doing well just because we have a high credit score. Like if a parent or a family member gave you an inheritance today, and it was $500,000, would your credit score change?
Well, no.
And that's my point. It's like your credit score has no bearing on how well you're doing financially. It doesn't mean that you're good with money. It doesn't mean that you're doing well in life. Like it just means that you pay off a lot of debt, because the only way it's calculated is by borrowing money.
Okay, well, I'll
and
tell you
paying
what.
back money.
Let me throw you a curveball with that. So for you, what is your determination?
Wait, what?
What is your determination for how you manage money?
How much money's in my bank?
Okay, so essentially,
how much money can I liquidly touch? That, for me, that's my measure.
Okay, so that's basically what your net worth is.
Yeah.
How much money you have after everything is paid.
Yes.
And I'm just simply, dumbing it down as much as possible.
Yep.
So when it comes to when it comes to net worth,
right?
Whether you have, let's say after everything's paid, you have a net worth in a year of 80,000. Somebody has 100,000. Looking at them, you can't tell a difference.
I can.
Well, so check it. So somebody who has a $250 house, has 2 cars, no sooner have a lower net worth as somebody who has a more modest house and who doesn't have as nice as cars.
Right.
That doesn't mean that they don't manage money the same. It's just a number, just like a credit score. It's just a number that is looked at as far as how you personally do it. Whether you look at credit score is better because you get a lower interest rate, or whether you look at how much money you have after everything is done. It just depends on where you're willing to spend money at.
Well, I don't think there's a again, it's not an absolute, right? But for me, and again, maybe I'm just awkward. Maybe I'm off. But like that example, like let's just I always go to this example. If I make $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
And the next person makes $80,000 a year. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But they got $200,000 in student loans. I have no student loans. Who has more money?
We don't know what the other expenses are.
Say all the expenses are even, but they have the debt. They have that debt. So we both pay the same amount on mortgage or rent. We both have no car note. We both have the exact same cell phone bill. Everything's exactly the same. We spend the same amount of money on food.
I mean, of course, then it was the person without the student loan.
You're right. So that's my point. Is like, okay, just because someone has a bigger house doesn't mean, and 2 cars, doesn't mean they're doing better than a person that's living in a modest house with a beat up car, but they have more cash.
Right. So I'm just saying that in that situation, they have the ability to save more.
Right.
So
is that not the goal? Is that
well, no. So it's definitely a goal, but I'm just saying, when the focus is on how much you can say, whatever your net worth is,
right,
or whatever the credit score is you could always be doing better. I guess essentially what I'm saying, because whether you have expenses where it total is 50,000 or it's only 30,000,
right?
You could still intentionally lower what your expenses are. So
that's true.
The number itself, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you do with what the number is, what you have left.
Facts.
So
that's real.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say if I have monthly net worth of $200 after I pay all my bills.
Okay.
It's what I do with the $200 that matters. Not I don't have 1,000. It doesn't matter how big the number is, what you do with the money that you have.
Because if you have $200 after all of your expenses, I have $1,000 after all my expenses. But I trick off my $1,000 and you save your $200, you have more than me.
Right.
That's my point.
I just cleaned it up a little bit better. I'll say it.
I was like, are we debating?
Well, no.
We saying the same thing.
Well, no, I just tried to say it a little bit different that way.
Oh, it's a cleaner way.
It's a cleaner way of saying it.
Yes.
Because by bashing credit, probably 90% of the people are in a situation where they have to have credit or a certain type of debt.
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody's in a position where I can just live debt free today.
Well, let's keep it 100. I have a credit score. I ain't made it yet. So I'm not bashing to the point where I'm saying like, oh, well, you completely messed up if you got a credit score. What I'm saying is the goal shouldn't be to get a high credit score. The goal should be to get out of debt to where if you have no debt, 6 months later, you have no credit score. I hope people really understand it. Like if you pay off everything, if you're saying to yourself, I want to be debt free. I want to pay my car off. I want to pay off my, my furniture. I want to pay off all this stuff. When that happens, they stop reporting. 6 months go by, you have no credit score. Period. That's what happens.
But is that a good thing?
Yes.
So in that situation, let's say 6 months from now you have no credit score.
That's the goal.
And something happens where you need to buy things.
I have cash.
So, but now you're paying a higher amount because you have a low credit score.
No, you can still negotiate. Like, what are we buying?
So let's say, like with insurance, for example,
right?
Or if you have to buy another car,
right?
If you're not in a situation where you can pay cash for it,
but why wouldn't you be?
Well, just because you have no debt doesn't mean that you have enough money saved to buy a $30,000 car.
Why do you need a $30,000? Again, it's what you do with the money. Okay, so now.
Well, I'm just saying because that's pretty much the average of let's say $20,000 is the average for a car. Because yes, you could buy a cheaper car.
Yes,
and that is the option. Yes, you can have it looked at. But what's the likelihood of that car breaking down versus a newer car?
It doesn't matter because you would have money to pay for to fix it. If I'm not spending $30,000 on a car and I buy a $5,000 car and it breaks down and it's only $200 to freaking fix whatever's wrong with it, the leak, it's $200.
But you're in a situation where you're always chancing it.
Well,
now
like
something
this.
You know what I'm saying? You're in a situation where you're like with a new car. Just for the example of cars,
okay.
Everything is paid. You don't have to worry about it. You have the warranty. If anything happens, you're not out of pocket for it. And that, for your lifestyle, that may be a better option versus you buying a cash style.
Oh, I see where we're missing. I got it. Now I get you. I'm thinking, all right, the reason I'm not meeting you where you guys are talking from is because in my head, certain things have already happened. Because remember, I had, like, in my mind, the only way to get to the debt free means you already have 6 months of income saved up. Means you already had your debt paid off. Remember in my plan, I was like, okay, $1,000 savings, pay off the debt, right? Get your 6 months of income, pay off the house, right? So when you're telling me like, okay, well, what if you need this money? In my mind, I'm picturing like, well, damn, you already paid off the debt because that's part of the plan. You've already saved up your 6 months of income because that's part of the plan. Yeah, you should be able to buy a car. Like in my mind, like that's how I'm envisioning it. I'm going through the plan. I'm not just willy-nilly
that
just
makes
saying,
sense.
oh, well, you just paid off the debt and you didn't stack up nothing. And yeah, now you're just supposed to ball out.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I'm like...
Yeah, no. So that's why I said this is the plan from the jump because that's how I'm envisioning it. I'm not some radical out here being like, oh, bump credit, dog. Like, nah, man, you can live without it. And you ain't playing. Like, you have to plan this stuff out. Like, what I'm talking about is not normal, per se. But I'm not trying to be normal. I'm not trying to be, like, normal is broke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in here trying to be normal. Right?
No, not broke, yeah.
Like,
hell nah.
I just, so, yeah, like, certain things that we discuss, like, it's food for thought. Like, people don't have to do exactly what we say clearly because, like, I'm following someone that's already done it.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, I've seen enough people do it that way that I have faith in it. That I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I've been living that for 4 years. So I'm not a rookie at it. I'm trying to get my degree.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got what you're saying. It would be crazy, at least how I'm thinking about it. It's like, okay, I built up this credit score.
Right.
I built up 6 months.
Right.
And then something happens. And let's just say I go through my 6 months of savings, but now I don't have a credit score.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like kind of going back to what Rock said, what if I need to buy something and I went through my savings. Now I don't have a credit score. So wouldn't that affect or hinder me in some way?
Okay. One thing that happened. Okay. Next part of the plan, right? So once you pay off the debt, right?
Yeah.
And you start attacking the house. The thing is, you're supposed to jump your investments. So like say 401k, like some people are putting 4% in their 401k, 9%, whatever. Like you max it out. Whatever, if your company matches you, whatever they match you, you max it at least to that level, minimum. So like say it's 15%. So as you're going through your working life, say, God willing, you're healthy, right? Mm-hmm. Most people kind of tend to believe that I'm going to work X amount of years. Like in their head, they're predicting it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you have no debt, first of all, think about how much money, like just imagine if you had no debt right now, mm-hmm. like just off the income that you make, if you didn't have nothing that you had to pay to student loans, nothing you had to pay to a credit card, nothing you had to pay for a car, how much money would you have? Right? Mm-hmm. That could be substantial. So you're putting that in savings because you don't need it, but you also have more money to invest. So your 401k grows, your company's matching it, and that's building wealth for you. Right? So if something happens, you should be able to draw on that because you've been investing this whole time, especially if you're in the process of paying off the house. If you pay off the house and you're still investing, like you should have a nice little nest egg versus, well, I don't have extra money. I can't afford to put my 401k to 15% because I have to pay off all this debt. I can't afford to put $1,000 in savings because I have to pay off all this debt. So now if something happens to me, I'm just stuck. Because when's the worst time to borrow money? When you don't have money.
Yeah.
That's stupid. I don't have money, so I'm going to borrow money. You're probably not going to pay that back.
Yep, that's why payday loans
is
the worst thing you can do.
Killing people. That's the worst. And I hate those motherfuckers.
For payday loans?
Like, for real, because they put them in my neighborhoods. They put them around my people that are struggling financially. And then they be like, okay, well, we're going to charge you 300%. Nigga, what? 300%? And then got the nerve to put a warrant out for your arrest if you don't pay it. If you don't pay a payday loan and you get pulled over by the police, you could have a warrant for your arrest.
Damn.
Here in Texas, I don't know where, like if the law is the same in every state. Here in Texas, there are people that have literally had their identity stolen, got pulled over, and went to jail because somebody took a payday loan out in their name.
God, that's scary.
That is crazy. So that's wild.
I don't like them. I don't like that, but I really don't like them.
Payday loans.
So I'm off it. My bad.
Wow. Okay, I was a little passionate. I mean, but no, I understand what you're saying because the way me and Ava are looking at it is if you have nothing left, and pretty much, no matter what point of view you take, whether it's credit score, you want to build up a nest egg, we're trying to avoid that. If you hit rock bottom, it is what it is. You have to do the best that you can.
I just think there's a way to manipulate the system and use it to your advantage, but not completely go against a credit score, because just kind of going back to the 6 month savings, like anything could happen.
Anything. Yeah. And in 6 months, like if a nigga can lose $1 million in Vegas overnight, your 6 months ain't going.
6 months.
Your 6 months can
last.
Go. So let's not pretend like that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So
6 months ain't a lot of money.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think I just think you can really manipulate the system. Like the system set up for us to not inherit debt, but take on debt and then pay on interest. But I think there's a way you can do that and not.
I think the easiest way would be the credit card. Just keep a small balance on it, pay monthly. That way you have a low.
This shit keep no balance.
Yeah, keep no balance.
Well, yeah,
but
that's something I have to research though.
Kevin Garnett told us anything is possible. I do believe it's possible to manipulate the system. I also believe in being a realist to a certain extent, and it's like I would be incredibly arrogant if I'm going to say I'm going to figure out a way to overcome a system that's been in existence for hundreds of years or however long this, credit debt thing's been existing, right? They do research. They pay millions of dollars for research on how to get me in. And I just think I'm going to manipulate them like that. I just feel I would be arrogant to think I'm going to outsmart them on how to work their system.
Yeah, but I mean, their system and their research isn't conclusive. It's not like absolute because nothing's absolute.
No, it's not absolute. It's just Probably. If you give,
I'm not saying it's not working.
If you give Michael Jordan the ball at the end of the game, statistically, I'm pretty sure he's going to hit that shot.
Wizards Jordan?
No. I'm talking about prime Michael Jordan. If I give him the ball with the shot clock running down and I'm down 1, I'm trusting him. Statistically, he's going to make that shot, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they would be the Michael Jordan of getting you into debt. Statistically, they're going to hit that shot.
Well, so the thing is, a credit score isn't designed to put you in debt. The system for credit scores is designed for companies, originally for banks to know how likely this person going to be to pay me back. That's not about putting you in debt.
Is that the public
perspective?
Yeah, it's that because there's two sides or there's three sides to every story. I mean, that sounds nice. It'd be like, well, we can't tell them we got a plan to put them in debt, so we're just using that for what we really want is just to make sure you can pay us back. That sounds better than like, oh nigga, we about to fuck you up.
I mean,
it sounds good.
I mean, it is what it is because it's based designed where people who can pay less, people who can't pay have a worse score for you to track those people and for those people to pay more.
That's a perfect system, dude. You can't afford to pay, so I'm gonna charge you way more.
So that is what the system is.
That's amazing.
So take advantage of the system, where you're on the other side of it, where you're not paying more. So,
well, the only way to get on the other side of it is not to have debt. Because if I don't have any debt, I'm not paying more because I'm not paying no interest.
But it's not about just paying interest.
Well, to me, I mean that's the main thing. But, okay. But even I have acknowledged that I borrowed my own money.
Okay,
to raise my credit score.
Example, I've seen policies where credit versus no credit can make a big difference.
Well, of course.
So
that's not by accident, though.
I've seen cell phones, credit, no deposit. I mean, credit, no deposit. Bad credit, $1,000 deposit.
Right.
So even though you can afford to pay everything cash, you're paying it at a higher premium for everything. That's what we're saying.
No. Like that's short-sighted. To me, that's short-sighted. Because cell phone. First of all, I'm not paying $1,000 for no goddamn cell phone. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm talking about a deposit to get it started, no matter what you get.
Right. I'm just giving an example of cell phone because that's the first thing that I thought about with a deposit. Right. Mm-hmm. Say I have bad credit. Right. One, they're gonna hit me for the $1,000 deposit. Right. So on the surface, it's like, well, I don't want to do $1,000 deposit because that's a lot of money. Right. But then when I pay the $1,000, they're also going to charge me every month for the privilege to borrow that phone because I'm basically renting the phone from them.
Yeah, until you pay it off.
Until I pay it off, right? Mm-hmm. That money that I'm being charged, the $25 or whatever that amount is, that also goes to my bill. That also goes to my taxes. So all of that adds up. If I walked in there and I had $1,000 cash to pay for that phone, I actually save money because
now you need $2,000.
What are you talking about? The phone is only $1,000.
No, you need $1,000 to start the cell phone service. Then you have to buy the phone because you have no credit history. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the cost of the phone you have to pay. I'm saying there's a deposit to start up your service before you even have a cell phone.
Is that universal or is that just at the main
particular carriers?
Yeah, because that sounds like something only big boys play. And this is a world where you don't have to play with the big boys.
Well, I'm just saying in general because I've only
Is that with cricket? I don't think that's with cricket.
I've never had credit, so I can't.
Is that with Boost? I don't think that's with Boost. I'm just saying like in like all this stuff sounded great in the 90s when we didn't have options.
Well, I'm saying is that option available?
Yes. It's the same way with cable companies. Cable companies were beating us over the head talking about, oh, well, we're going to charge you $150 for cable, right? Then Netflix came out. What happened? Options. Now I don't have to fuck with y'all. Now cable companies are scrambling because DirecTV's in their ass, Netflix is in their ass, Firebox is in their ass. Like when you have options, shit changes. So if I'm coming in there with cash, oh, you want to charge me an extra $1,000 just to start your little fucking service because I don't have a credit score? Fuck y'all. I don't have to do business with y'all. Like, there's options, nigga. When you have money, there's options. That's the point of having money.
That was my point. Is there a company that doesn't matter if you have credit or not, where there's no deposit? Because all the big carriers do run credit, and before you even look at the phone, there's a deposit to start the service.
But all the big carriers do tax you. That's how they became the big carriers, because they tax people. They became big money rollers because they took all the money from the little people, finding different ways to do it. Oh, well, you got a cancellation fee. Oh, well, you got a rent fee. Oh, well, you have these special programs we're going to switch you in and out of. Like, that's how they became the big boys on the block. You don't have to deal with them. Like, it's not, if I have a phone and you have a phone, you're with the big boys, you're with AT&T or whatever, right? I'm with Boost Mobile, right? But if my phone picks up like your phone picks up, my phone texts like your phone texts, there's no difference. You're just paying for the brand. I don't have to pay for the brand no more. In the 2010s, brands are becoming less relevant. MoviePass is fucking AMC up right now. AMC is the #1 movie theater in the world. MoviePass is in their ass right now because they said, oh, well, you can pay $9 for a MoviePass and you can go to any movie you want. AMC is like, what? That's a problem.
Yeah.
We have options. Like again, in the 90s and back in the day when shit was just like, nigga, all you got is AOL. that's all you got. Like, I get you. I'm feeling you. I'm rocking with you. 2018, I'm not rolling. If the shit does the exact same shit and you can get it for a cheaper price, get it for the cheaper price.
Only if it does the same thing.
Only if it does.
I was about to say, because like with cell phones, that's a completely different story. Because like Cricket, Boost, the service, I don't know what it is now.
Yeah.
But back when I looked into them, those boys were trash.
But remember, T-Mobile used to be trash.
T-Mobile, they used to be.
T-Mobile was garbage. And then
they're not now though.
They're not now.
We're not now. I'm just throwing it out there.
No, I'm rolling with I'm rolling with T-Mobile because remember they saved me from AT&T. But my thing is like the way technology is now, everything is so fast and competitive. That's the reason iPhones are like, they're not really like in 2007. Was that 7 when it first dropped? They were light years ahead of everything else.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we had the Sidekick and the BlackBerry. Like they were light years ahead of everybody. These niggas ain't light years ahead of everybody now. iPhones ain't light years ahead.
Nah, they not.
That's why I'm like, nigga, $1,000 for a phone? Like, dog, what does this phone do that your last model 6 months ago did not do? What did you come up with that was so brilliant in 6 months to charge me $1,000? The gap ain't that big. So now you just become brand conscious, like, oh, well, I'm going to get this phone because it's Apple, because it's marketing, it's a brand. That phone doesn't do much more than another phone that costs probably half the price. So I'm just thinking, like, I'm about the bag. What is the best way to get the best service for the least amount of money? That's all I think about.
Yeah, I mean that should be the case.
So no, I'm not gonna, like, getting back to the point. If I have to pay $1,000 service fee just because I don't have a credit score, I don't have to do business with y'all. I could afford not to do business with y'all. Y'all ain't the only game in town. I'm not desperate.
Okay, so basically, this takes more work.
Well, all this shit takes work. It's not easy to be wealthy.
Well, no, what I mean by that is because you have to go and search. You have to find the options.
Yeah.
Versus what's convenient is what you see on the streets. What's it's easy to find the major companies.
You know what's convenient? Poverty, debt.
Nah, it's not convenient.
Debt. I'm saying it's convenient.
It's hell.
No, it's convenient because it's easy to get into.
Oh yeah.
Debt is very easy. It's convenient to go into debt. It's convenient to borrow money. Oh, I don't have enough money, man. Oh, well, you know what? I can just get this bank loan. Oh, I don't really have. I just bought the house, man. I wanna have a get together. I need some furniture. I don't really have no furniture. Oh, well, don't worry. We can finance you as 0% for the first 12 months. Oh yeah, okay, I could do that. Oh well, it only be like $100 a month. All right, cool. But on month 13. When your ass don't pay that shit off and they run that interest all the way back to month 0 and they run that all the way up forward, Yeah, that's a problem. It's convenient. Oh, well, I don't have to pay today. Debt is convenient to get into. Being financially sound and well off is not convenient. Commitment is not convenient. We said that last episode. Mm-hmm. Commitment ain't fun. Trying to get out of debt isn't fun because most people, when they look at their debt, they're like, man, I'm never going to pay this shit off. So why even worry about it?
Yeah, I mean, because the one thing I will say about that, because it's a way to manage that, though.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, like you said with the furniture, you can pay it off in a year.
Oh, yeah, you can.
And that's a smart way to do it. Buying a car, you can pay off the actual principal in a year where you don't have to pay the interest. It's just not promoted.
Well, I think the car charges you interest month one, unless you got like A1 credit.
Well, not, but what the interest for the loan, you don't have to pay that interest. You can just pay the amount for the car, whatever that is. Within, I think it's the first year. I have to research that, but
Gotcha.
You don't have to pay that.
That's dope.
So just because you have debt, just because you interact with it, doesn't mean you have to be a slave to it. Like A said, there's ways to get around the system.
I agree with that.
That was well said.
That was very well said. Oh, props. That was very well said. That was very well said. Good comeback, kid. Good comeback. Way to bottom weave.
I ain't gonna take too much of LeBron James on these debates.
Shit got real. Like, fuck that, man. Fuck that.
Well, sorry, yelling and everything. I said, I gotta come back from this shit.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
boy, this nigga was quiet. This nigga was smiling.
I don't want to say nothing. Y'all, that was good conversation.
Why you ain't want that smoke though?
What you mean?
You ain't want that smoke?
What smoke?
You was just watching this.
Right?
You was like, no, Abe was doing this. He was like, no, you know what that was? Okay, I watched Coming to America way too much.
Cause you finna bring the ass up again.
Listen, yo, when Daryl came to the door, when it was raining outside and McDowell was running to the door, remember it was King Jeffrey Joffrey was there. He was talking to his daughter. No, it was what's my man name? Hakeem. It was Hakeem. He's trying to keep Hakeem at the house. And and my nigga knocked at the door, and then he ran to the door, and the dog was like. And then he ran back, and the dog was like, "That was you."
Because y'all was in a good conversation. I mean, y'all was going back and forth.
I ain't saying shit.
You know what I'm saying? No, because I mean,
nigga,
right.
And then he gassed it up though. He'll hit you with the ad libs. So you remember you be watching rap battles, and then they have niggas behind them. Somebody say something dope, and they be like, "Oh,
damn."
That's what Abe was doing. He was like, "Yeah, nigga."
Nigga turned to me like, I guess gotta say something else.
He's like, yeah, but you can't overcome. You said you can't overcome the system. That's right.
No. My stance, my point still stands. Like I feel like you can manipulate the system. Like you can build a credit score through a credit card and never pay interest.
Yeah, no, we just trolling you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You want to inspire? Like nah, shit. I'm looking at you. You saying some hot shit. I'm looking back at Rock. This nigga saying some hot shit. I'm like, well, shit. I'm just in the middle of this motherfucker. I'm gonna listen.
We off, man. All right. I mean,
got anything else about credit you want?
That's all the smoke I wanted.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Real quick, I want to shout out our camera guy again.
Yes, please. Shout out to Tony, man.
Yeah, man. Giving us some video footage up in this mug. His Instagram, his IG. We want to put that out there too, because he's gonna have us some great footage.
Yes, give me the shout out.
Oh, Lifestyle Productions, LYFE, and then Style Productions.
Shout out to Lifestyle Productions. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on. Are you on YouTube?
No.
Okay, so we got the IG. Follow him on IG. We actually need to when we promote this episode, we'll hashtag that. But
the link will be in the
link will be in the description
for YouTube.
Lifestyle Productions. Shout out to our cameraman. He bodied this. He came through. What the mailmen do? They were like, I delivered the mail through rain, hail, sleet, and snow. He came through all that.
Yeah. So I just knew the day was gonna fall apart. I looked outside, it was ice, and I was like, well, shit.
I know this is done.
Yo, he hit me up. He was like, yo, we still on for 1:30? I was like, nigga, yes.
Dedication.
I was like, what? Like, so yeah, Lifestyle Productions, man. We appreciate y'all. Anything else? Anything else we need to get into? Are we good?
I want to go and jump back to last week's episode, if y'all don't mind.
Yeah.
So when John was talking about the relationship with the father, him accepting responsibility, I was listening to it this week, and it brought up a question for me. Because both of y'all came from a situation when the father really was in the household. So for y'all, where did y'all learn about manhood? Who was y'all's teacher for that Because like for me, everything I learned about, how to be a man, how to be, keep your word, how to be on time. I had to YouTube the top too, but all those lessons I got from my father. Where did y'all get those lessons from, or was this people in your lives, or just mentors?
I mean, pretty much, yeah. People in my life and mentors. I mean, for the most part, it was just kind of just bump and learn. You know what I'm saying? It was like, well, shit, I didn't figure it out this time. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Or you just learn through trial and error for the most part. But, yeah, I mean, when you don't have a dad, or at least me, like I said, I'm speaking off personal example. When you don't have a father in your life, you kind of start reaching for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I gave in the last episode of different TV shows. It's like, okay, what is this person doing in this TV? What is he doing in this episode and this and that? And maybe kind of people in your own lives, men in your own life. Okay, like what is he doing in this situation? And how's he overcoming this situation? And you kind of just learn through other people's mistakes in a sense and your own as well. So,
yeah. Because like with me, man, I was a liar. Like, hardcore. Like,
wait. You said that a little too
with
confident,
passion. No, like
proudly.
Like, yeah,
I was a motherfucker.
You can ask anybody in my family.
Bitch.
Like I would lie to you in the face without blinking, like everything. Like I was so bad. I got home with a report card. Hey, how'd you do? Man, I'll be 3.0. Man, he turned on that report card.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Man, but
so how did you overcome this?
Man, ass whooping.
Yeah, I was about to say, come out of ass whooping.
I wanted to see how long you were gonna take to say it. I'd be like, I'm still working on it.
But even then, though, it's like it's still like I can pull from all these examples and all these different people in my life, on TV or whatever. But like, there's certain stuff that you still don't learn. Right? There's certain stuff that you just don't get,
right? Because
you don't have that figure in your life constantly. You know what I'm saying? Or constantly. Like, you don't have that figure in your life constantly, who you can go to and reach out to and ask questions to. Like, you kind of just gotta learn on the whim. Right. And my mom, she tried to teach certain stuff, but there's only so much she can teach.
Right.
So you kind of just you learn what you can, and then some stuff you just don't. You may not ever get.
Yeah, my mom was a tomboy, so I got a lot of game from her. But really, it was like uncles. It was OGs in the neighborhood that. Well, they weren't the best examples. I mean, not lie, but I learned some stuff.
I was gonna say, what examples you got from
what did you learn?
Yeah, I learned. You could roll some stuff. I learned some things, but I mean, for the most part, I don't think I really got a lot of guidance from older men until I was like in college. Like, it would be like professors or like cats in frats that they were just old school niggas, like come back from homecoming, and so we all kicking it, and then they shoot you some game on the side conversation or something. But nah, I didn't really learn a lot.
Did you have like a lot of mentors, even like going through school, like my 7th grade science teacher, the guy named Mr. Williams, like he was a perfectionist. Like everything had to be handwritten, everything had to be a certain format. But like everybody who came to his class, he instilled like, hey, you need to be intentional about how you perceive yourself. That's why I want everything to be done a certain way. Right. Because once you leave this classroom, when you hand something in, that is a reflection on you. So did y'all have like teachers or mentors in your life that, put different type of values, things like that in your life?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, as far as teachers and professors, most of my I want to say most of my teachers were females. Not that it's
most of mine was females.
Yeah, not this good or bad, but as far as like a male presence in the classroom, that wasn't it. So
what about church?
Nah, because most of the people at my church, all the churches I went to are women. I think most churches are women, for the most part, right? Like,
talking about audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, audience, absolutely.
I mean, so I didn't get a lot of guidance from.
Nah, man. I think for me, it was really just kind of about figuring that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta figure it out. And like I say, some stuff you may not get, or some stuff you get, and some stuff you just don't get. That's what it was for me.
I honestly, I will say I got a bulk of my mentorship from men when I started when I got introduced to network marketing. That was probably the first time in my life where I had male role models that were teaching me things about like keeping your word. Like if you say it's gonna be 15 minutes, it's 15 minutes. Or like, and that was a struggle because like, you know, like Jay, I was like you, like I'll say I want 15 minutes and take an hour, right? So they really took me in, and those were probably the first times I ever had a positive male role model that wasn't like really, you know, browbeating me into doing stuff or taking me down a wrong road. They just gave me solid like things to do. Like, hey, as a man, like what was the saying? Like if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. Things like that. That I just nah.
They're from Drumline or something.
Yeah, Drumline.
Yeah. Oh, they stole it.
But I mean, yeah, like as far as my younger life, nah, bro, wasn't nobody there. But like now when I got older, really after college, you know, certain people started coming into my life where you know you can kind of pick their brain and kind of see how they really move and all that stuff. But as far as like elementary and middle school and all that stuff, because one thing about my mom was she didn't really want different men floating in and out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? So like really was I was raised by women for the most part. My mom, my sister, my grandmother, most of my cousins, were women for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I think that's most families like from broken homes, like even separated homes. Like my mom and my dad got divorced in 5th grade. I soaked up 95% of the stuff I know from my mom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it works.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shit.
I mean, there wasn't no boys and girls clubs in South Dallas. Like,
shit, I was trying to see what we had in Pleasant Grove. Shit, nothing.
Shoot, what year Pleasant Grove? PG went downhill quick.
Yeah, what was it, like 93, 94? We finally.
Oh, y'all still good. Yeah,
we had them boys in the boot all day. Come on to the boot, we'll teach you.
Yeah. But nah, man. What about you?
Like mine was interesting because, like I said, my father was always in my life. I remember stories like like in the elementary school, getting beat up, and my dad's like, nah, this is how you stand your ground. This is what you need to do in this situation. So I feel like even after my parents separated, with my father not being in the household 100% of the time, he was still there. I had a couple male teachers, like my 7th grade teacher. When I got to high school, I did half day at school, half day doing trade. I did auto body repair. So it was I had a male teacher there, a guy named Mr. Jackson. Always, with all the kids, he would want to make sure that he didn't just teach you, but want to make sure that if you're gonna do something, do it right. Always just giving small things. This is how a man's supposed to act. If you're gonna do something, do it right. If you're gonna, your word means something. And then of course when my stepfather came in, stopped me from all that damn lying shit. But no, it's just like I've had a lot of mentors, even outside of just my family. Then with my jobs, both male and female. Right. I've always had people, who I've been blessed. The fact that no matter where I'm at in life, I've always have a mentor to. This is something that you can improve. There's always something that you can improve on. So, and that aspect, I feel like I've been really blessed with.
Gotcha. Yeah, shit. Mentors didn't come into my life, shit, until network marketing. I didn't even know what mentors were.
Yeah, facts. I mean, either.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I got into some network marketing. I see all these different people and kind of what they're speaking on, and that's like really when I got into like, okay, like shit, like there's more to life and understanding and all this other stuff than what I just have here in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like as far as mentors, nope, none of that. No teachers.
Yeah. Network marketing, they get a bad rap, but I mean, like for me, like that was the gateway. Like I've never seen solidarity in people until I saw network marketing. Like I remember I went to a conference once and there was blacks, whites, Hispanics, cats from overseas, like maybe 10,000 people, right? Everybody holding doors open for everybody. People just positive like that. Like I was like, man, this is actually what the world should look like. Yeah. And they do get networking marketing does get a bad rap, but there's a lot of good people in it, and there's a lot of people that they change, they pour into you, and they actually will speak life into you. They'll believe in you before you even believe in yourself, and then they'll give you things to think about. It's just a perception change, and honestly, that's probably outside of my mom the number one thing that changed me and shaped me to be the person I am, to think like I do, to try to help people, is them giving to me when I had nothing.
Okay, so basically they were the
fathers,
outside of the family. They were the first people to actually tell you that, and actually show that that you're more than what your situation is right now.
Yeah, because we had a Reese's conversation with one of my mentors, bro. That was a tough one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate?
Nah.
Okay, I understand.
Nah, that was between me and him. He said, "What? You did what? You spent $35 on a Reese's peanut butter cup?"
Ooh.
I was like, overdrafted, bro.
Yeah, nah, you should have told him that story.
He was like, man, we got to make you some money, and he hooked me up. So
that's what's up. Well,
shout out to the mentors.
Yeah, that's pretty much all. I just wanted to go and touch on that because I was listening back to it. It's like, man, I wonder what that perception is. Because like I said in the last episode, I only had the perception of somebody always being there. So I just wanted to see what that reality was.
Yeah, it
without.
Yeah, but even what I touched on last week, it was like, is it so bad? I mean, just because I didn't have a dad in my life didn't mean that I didn't have good people rolling out in my life.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, kind of just touching on what we said last week, and when Rock was giving his story, it's like, would I want him to be there and then leave?
Because you don't know what type of person.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I think the way I grew up and the lifestyle the lifestyle I went through, or what I went through my life, I don't think I would change any of that.
And I think that's healthy. I think because I feel the same way. Like I've been in relationships that did not go well, and I wouldn't change nothing. Like if I had to redo this life the entire way, I would still do the same things. Now,
I would have left early.
I would have left one earlier. Outside of money, the money thing, that Reese's. Listen, I would not have went to that corner store. But outside of that, as far as relationships go, I would run it the exact same way. And I think J-Rock hit it last week when he said that people learn out of hurt.
Pain and consequences.
Pain and consequences. People learn from pain and consequences. And actually, Pastor was talking about that this morning. And it's true. Like you get your greatest lessons in life because of the pain that you go through and the mistakes that you make. And you wouldn't be as wise. That's where wisdom comes from.
Yeah.
Is that experience. So yeah, I wouldn't. I think that's healthy.
Yeah. Nah, I wouldn't change that, man.
Okay. Well, that's all I got for you, boy. That's something that was on my mind when I went through it a couple times.
Okay.
All right. Well, the art of the segue is not to mention the segue. But we need to segue.
So, what is time for?
We catching that beat?
You know we catching that beat, baby. All right, now
we got all these R&B songs, right?
Man, I'm gonna let you know right now, Rez, it is some R&B in this album.
Oh, we got them, boys.
All right, so for those that
you've been studying.
So for those that don't know, Catch That Beat is basically where two of the members of the show go one-on-one, first to three, to try to guess the name of the song and the artist. Whoever wins is the champ. So me and Ave went at it last week. I slaughtered them. Wasn't close.
Bro, I was a little rusty, man. I had been off a week. I'm not gonna be rusty next week.
Yeah, I mean the beats will barely come on. That's nice. That's one mic. I know what that is. Like,
let's see if I can go and
that's Chameleonaire. Yep, that's right, dirty. I know what that is.
Let's see if I can get this clean sweep in real quick.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, if it's R&B, like I'm trash. I'm trash at R&B.
It's not all R&B. There are a few R&B songs on here, but yeah, I'm gonna try not to cheat because I got my big ass laptop here.
No, we good.
Like, don't watch.
I'm ready.
We good. Let's go.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go.
Slow down.
Bobby Valentino.
Yep.
Split that up. So
Bobby V.
So if one guessed the name of the song and one guessed the artist, we split it. So 0.5.
Okay.
0.5.
Damn, I should have known this. You know what? I know you think you slick. You played that because I was jamming that with Shorty from Walmart last episode.
Nah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Okay. All right, y'all ready for this next one?
Yeah. Back when I got in that friend zone. Slow jams. Kanye West.
Twister.
Featuring Twister. It was on College Dropouts. Give my point.
Was this on College Dropout?
And it was on Kamikaze.
Oh, I was gonna say. I think
It was
Twister's
Twister.
song.
It was on Kamikaze
This is Twister's song.
all day.
No, they both shared that.
No, it was on Kamikaze.
Look up College Dropout.
This guy.
I want my points.
Begging for these points.
Look up that discography.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
This is how we do it.
I don't know the artist shit.
Well, I was gonna say Blackstreet. Was this Montel Jordan?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. No, that was throwback.
God.
Shout out to the plug.
Yeah, Montel Jordan.
Okay, so what's that? What's count?
Shit.
That's 2.5. That's 2.5.
Okay.
Nah, because you didn't get the artist.
Montel Jordan.
Nah, the other one, Twister.
It's Kanye's song. Kanye produced the track and it's on College Dropout. Twister had a verse.
Okay, we'll see.
That was actually Twister's song. I just want to throw that out there.
No, it was on Kamikaze, but you know how the industry do. Oh, that's a hot song. I'm on my debut album. Let me get that. It's on both albums.
Right.
And I'm cool. We can both take the points.
All right, you ready?
Still keep it 2.5 though. Nelly, P. Diddy, it's a Bad Boys too. Shake Your Tail Fella.
Yep. Damn, J. Rock.
I was singing it in my head. I was like, God.
Yeah, while you was singing, I was getting that shit right.
Because last week Abe sung it, and then you got it. So I was like, okay, let me just play it in my head.
Damn. You know what's crazy? I did the same thing because I was starting to sing it. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna give him some hints.
Yeah, I was like,
I felt bad about saying Bad Boys.
Soundtrack.
As soon as I said Bad Boys 2, I was like, I gave it up.
Bro,
man,
you got done out
You
like
got
that?
waxed, boy.
At least I got a point.
Shit.
2 times.
Unlike some people.
Y'all want to keep going real quick?
Yeah. We doing it for fun.
How much you got?
Hold on, ain't that the lyric? We just do it for fun.
We just do it for fun.
Run it.
Just do it for fun.
You think you good, huh?
I mean, apparently with all these championships, I'm racking up.
Nigga, please.
I get it.
Shoot, I got more chips than y'all.
Allegedly.
2 times. Throw them bows, Ludacris.
Nope.
Southern Hospitality, Ludacris.
Yeah.
I do this.
Hey,
You in hip hop now. You done fucked up. You in hip hop now.
I see how you felt last week.
You in hip
Like-
hop.
What you mean? Oh, you see how I feel?
Yeah, I feel how you felt last
Yeah,
week.
you in hip hop now.
Last week.
Yeah, you screwed.
All right. Okay, hold on real quick.
Yeah, you better find R&B.
Damn, bro, you getting done in like that?
Hey, I got one.
Nigga, that's a rap.
Okay. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Drake.
I just want to figure out what the song.
No. It's oh fuck. I got it. This is off. Nothing was the same. How do I not know this?
I was like, you of all people, you the Drake head here.
Oh my god, I'm tripping, dog. So Jerry, you're not even gonna guess?
I'm not gonna help you out.
You know it?
No, you don't know this? No, I just know it's Drake. I don't know the name of it.
Hold on, don't tell me yet. Let that ride. Oh my god, dog, it's on the top. All right, just say it, dog.
Remember?
No, I remember. I know. That's my man. Like, remember? Like,
Worst behavior.
Worst behavior. God damn it. Yeah. I'm on my worst behavior. Remember? Yeah. I'm tripping. Dang. I'm
I
tripping.
missed that shit.
That was that layup.
Yeah, that was a layup.
Yeah. I blew the chip off the layup. Off the bunny.
All right, I got a few more.
You thought this was going this long?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I did. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, go for it.
No, well, that's one song.
What's that? Stop Like and Drop It? No, that's something different.
Oh, this song goes so hard. La, 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 la. J. Cole. Was this with the dogs?
I don't know what the hell you talking about.
This ain't J. Cole?
It's J. Cole.
Yeah, it's J. Cole.
Yeah, didn't he have a music video?
Who watches
with the
music
dogs. Oh, no, is this Forest Hill Drive? I'm tripping, bro. I know this song, bro.
I got nothing for you.
What's the name?
Damn, J-Rock.
What's the name of the song?
You know?
I know
Riding?
it's our Forest Hills Drive, right?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's ain't off Forest Hills.
It's out before.
Yeah.
Oh, got me up all night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love songs. You got me up all night. Yeah. Oh my God.
We out.
Got me up all night. Yeah. Oh, dog, this shit went hard.
Power Trip.
Oh.
Power Trip.
Why you say it?
Nigga, you wouldn't have gotten
I
that.
had it.
No, you did.
Here.
Because what's that? Miguel?
Miguel's on it.
Yeah,
Miguel's on
yeah.
it. Miguel's on it.
I'm tripping,
Miguel's
bro.
on it.
I'm tripping, bro.
Damn.
That song went hard.
That shit go home.
Ooh. What happened to Miguel?
All right. Y'all want to do one more?
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
This nigga like, yeah. Why not?
See if I can get this one.
This nigga went. This nigga.
You know what? I'm gonna pump the brakes. I'm gonna give you a 10-second head start.
Nah, you ain't gotta do that.
All right,
Let's see what it is. Yeah.
Oh, you better get this. Come on, man.
I know it's not something.
I'm gonna give you one hint.
I know it's.
Hey.
Yeah, first thing great.
Hey.
First name great. So
Last name is greatest.
Last
but
name
okay.
greatest. Who was on the track? Do you remember? Eminem smoked them at the end. Here they go. Soon as that, and then the back they float. I can go.
Damn, bro. For
Are
real,
you
fool?
serious?
For real, fool?
I can't think of the name of it.
Kanye West was on it. Lil Wayne was on it.
I don't know the name of it, man.
They all got watched. It was on LeBron James soundtrack more than the game. I don't know what else I can do. I'm trying to help.
I don't know.
Hold on, Drake had a Sprite commercial.
I know. I see the Sprite commercial. Like that's what the first thing that comes to when I see his song. His face pop up, Sprite come out, the speakers pop.
It may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand that was done for me.
I want this shit for everything.
For everything? Drake forever, man.
Okay, whatever, nigga. Whatever, nigga. Shit.
He said for everything.
Fuck it. Really? Hey man, this what it is.
That is a horrible showcase.
That was hilarious.
I thought, hey, you actually did good last week.
Dang, bro, for real, fool. I threw some R&B in there for you and everything, dog. You wasn't even fucking with me today.
I wasn't, man.
Nigga, he was in the crates.
This shit hurts so bad,
Dog.
Like we editing all this out, bro. We taking all this whole segment out
this week. This nigga rock. This nigga couldn't get nothing, Jim.
No, I got one. I got one.
You got one?
You got one?
I had a few more too, but I didn't know if you wanted to just go out like that.
Hey, nah, I had one.
Nah, man. What was that? Rocky 4? He's like, throw in the damn time.
Shit, I didn't even know if I wanted to go into extended rounds. I was like, shit, this nigga Red's bodied his ass. So I'm looking at my players. I'm like, can Rock get any of these?
It's all hip hop from there.
Like, shoot, I thought you looked at my computer screen too. You should have.
Yeah.
Hey, next time send me the text message, nigga.
Yeah, you should have been on the side hustle. Yo.
All right, so you gotta come with the list next week.
Okay, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
man.
I'm coming with it.
Yeah, you get ready.
Yeah, nigga.
You brush up on all your R&B, nigga.
Oh, he gonna have a grudge against me. I already know.
Oh yeah.
That nigga gonna be smooth.
This nigga gonna have
90s
Cisco,
R&B.
Drew Hill,
Silk.
Joe, Silk, Boys the Men.
Get some music soul challenge and everything. Shit.
For real, I'm gonna know all that shit.
This nigga gonna be new editioned out.
Hell yeah.
Oh man,
boy.
Good shit, man. All right, man. Speak between the lines. Episode 5. Anything else we want to hit? We good? Everybody? What they say at church? Like, if all the souls are clear.
Okay.
Yo, nah,
you ain't gotta leave.
Nah, it was
you gotta get the hell out of here.
It was funny because we was getting dismissed at church. You know, you hold your hands up and everything like that. And that was said. It was like, well, if all souls is clear, and I was like, well, wait, what if someone said, no, my soul's not clear? Like, does that hold up our exit, or can we go?
Yeah, hell no. No, I gotta stay.
That's it.
I gotta stay. He gotta preach some more.
You know, just like you was mad in Bible study because they preached too long. You got that whooping.
Oh shit!
Nigga, I was so, bruh. I ain't never been so hot, dog.
Shit,
bruh. When
we
you
gotta go.
know you pissed when the word of God is going out and you hot. Like, it's supposed to calm the spirit, nigga. I was enraged. I was like,
we gotta go. This it.
I was like, wrap it up, B.
Straight up.
I was playing the Grammy music.
I know. Where's the wrap it up box?
Where's the wrap it up box? All right, man. Speak Between the Lines podcast. We out this mug. 1,
2.
I knew.
So no outro. No. This is Rez, J-Rock. We gonna just leave, huh? Okay, we can just leave.
And King Gabe is here as well.
We just leave.
I mean, well,
right.
I mean, you
Nah, we out now.
You did kind of just say like all of our names, though.
All right, come on. Let's go do it. Come on, Rez. King Gabe wants this done. Let's go and do it.
All right, go ahead, kick it off, man.
Oh God.
First off, before we do the exit though, again, one more shout out for Lifestyle Productions for putting this all together for us.
Yes, no doubt.
In the clutch. Follow him
in the freezing rain.
Yes,
that's
rain,
Lifestyle
sleep.
Productions, LYFE Style Productions. Holla at my boy on the IG, and yeah, check his work.
King Gabe, we out of here.
J-Rock.
I feel some animosity.
For what?
I don't know. You didn't acknowledge my plug, and you just like King Abe, we out.
Nah, shit.
I feel some animosity.
Shit. Damn, Riz, that was a good ass plug you just did, bro.
Goddamn right, that was good ass. It's your boy Rez. We out this mug. 1,
2.